girls, the ultimate champions, Taekwondo. They're from Copenhagen. Baseball fans, how about a nice hand for the ultimate champions, Taekwondo. Part of our pregame entertainment here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight, before the Long Island Ducks host the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
Nice little beer, dear.
And baseball fans, for the protection of players, coaches, umpires, and other fans, and in the spirit of good sportsmanship, the Long Island Ducks ask that you refrain from tossing any objects onto the field. Please do not stand, climb, sit, or lay on the dugout tops or the backstop netting. Laser pointers are prohibited here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. Before the Long Island Ducks host the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, interrupting play in any manner, the infected is subject to arrest. The Long Island Ducks are also happy to have fans and baseball fans for the football that goes into the stands tonight. And in the spirit of safety, the Long Island Ducks would like
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Line butts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. Tonight, it is Game 3 of a 4-game series as the Long Island Ducks go for their 5th straight win when they take on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Michael Pollock, and thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday night, whether you're tuning in on the Ducks flagship radio station, 103.9 FM, LI News Radio, and online at the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Well, the Ducks made it 4 straight wins last night as they take Game 2 of 4 against these Blue Crabs in one of the most wild games you will ever see. The Ducks fell behind 5-0. They stormed back and tied the game, took the lead before losing the lead, and then won it in 10 innings on Mike Blank's waddle-off single over first and down the right field line. The Ducks winning it 7-6, and with their win, they improved to 500 here in the second half at 17-17. They are now 22 over 500 on the season at 63-41, and they gain a game in the division, just 3 games back now of first place Somerset. Meanwhile, the Blue Crabs, who have been reeling in the second half, fall to 13-21. They are now 9 games behind division-leading Lancaster in the Freedom Division, and they are now 55-49 overall this season. We will take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we will go through all the highlights from yesterday's game for you. And good luck following along. It was one of the most wild games you will ever see. But for the Ducks, it was a good one because they came out on top by a final count of 7-6. The full recap and highlights after this from Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks and the Blue Crabs getting ready for the third game of this four-game set. Ducks looking to guarantee themselves a series win over the Blue Crabs. And the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs trying to get their first win of the series. Ducks have taken the first two, including yesterday's game in 10 innings by a final count of 7-6. What a wild one between the two teams, and we'll do our best to recap it for you. Things did not start off well for the Ducks. Bobby Blevins in the first inning allowed a walk and two singles after getting the first out, and then served up a 3-ball, 2-strike grand slam to left field off the bat of Gustavo Molina, the first grand slam of the year for Southern Maryland, and they went on top by a count of 4-0. They would add another run in the second on back-to-back one-out doubles by Casey Stevenson and Zach Wilson, and so after an inning and a half, Southern Maryland was out in front by a count of 5-0. But this Ducks team has shown resolve all year long, and they found a way to come back in the game once again. They started their comeback in the second inning when Cody Puckett singled to left with one out, moved to second on a ground ball, and that would bring up Anthony Vega. In affiliated baseball with four different organizations, here a ground ball left side through, base hit for Vega. Puckett will round third. He is going to come home to score. It's a 2-out RBI single through the left side for Anthony Vega. The Ducks are on the scoreboard, and they close to within 5-1. So Vega's RBI made it a 5-1 game, and after Blevins threw scoreless innings in the third and the fourth, the Ducks would add another run in the bottom of the fourth. They had missed out on taking advantage of two Southern Maryland errors in the third, but in the fourth inning would take advantage of a one-out error by first baseman Zach Wilson. That allowed Blank to reach. He would steal second, and after Anthony Vega struck out, up came Nelfi Zapata. 1-2, breaking ball, line into center field. Will this get down for a hit on the run to Jesus? He can't get it. It drops in, a base hit. Around third and in to score is Mike Blank. It's a 2-out RBI single for Nelfi Zapata, his first hit and first run batted in as a Duck, and Long Island closes to within 5-2. So a 5-2 game on the single by Zapata, his first hit and first RBI as a Duck. Then in the fifth, the Ducks would get their big inning of the game and tie up the score. Leading things off was Delta Cleary Jr. against Tim Sexton, who was making a spot start for the Blue Crabs and had pitched 4 innings before that. But he ran out of gas in the fifth, a leadoff single to Delta Cleary Jr., who stole second, and that brought up red-hot Dan Lyons. The 1-0, and Lyons swings, lines it down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit for Dan Lyons into the corner. Around third, Cleary Jr., he will score. Lyons digging for second, the throw, not in time. An RBI double down the right field line for Dan Lyons. His Ducks career high 57th run batted in of the year, and it's now a 2-run game at 5-3. So the single made it a double, made it a 5-3 game. It spelled the end for Sexton. In came left-hander Trey Barham. Sean Burrows then would reach on an infield single to put runners at the corners, and up came Cody Puckett. First pitch from Barham, and Puckett swings, lines one into right center field. This ball is going to get down and into the gap. In to score easily is Lyons. Burrows coming to third. He'll get the stop sign there, and Puckett slides in safely at second. With an RBI double, we've got ourselves a 1-run ball game in the fifth. It is 5-4, and the tying run at third with nobody out. So Puckett's RBI double making it a 5-4 game, and he was followed by Mike Blank, who would tie the score. First pitch to Blank, and he will swing and ground one, a short. Bobbled there by the shortstop Frawley, recovers, throws to first, not in time. A run will score, and the ball game is tied up at 5 apiece. So the Ducks storming back from 5-0 down. They tie the game at 5 apiece in the fifth. Barham would retire the next 3 to get out of further trouble, and so it was a 5-5 game after 5. Neither side pushed across a run in the 6th or the 7th inning, and in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Ducks would threaten against Barham and then Orlando Santos. Santos on the mound, a single led off the inning, and then a sac bunt move Phelan Lentini to second. Dan Lyons would draw a walk, and Lentini moved to third on a wild pitch. And then 2 batters later, after Lyons had stolen second, Cody Puckett would draw a walk. That would load the bases, but Mike Blank struck out with Mike Blank at the plate, He fell behind in the count 0-2, and behind 0-2, Phelan Lentini worked some magic and gave the Ducks the lead. Kicking the pitch, runner coming for home plate. Here comes the throw, and Lentini's in there! Lentini steals home plate, and the Ducks lead it 6-5. One of the most incredible things you'll see, a 2-strike pitch that missed up and away, and Lentini steals home and beats the pitch to the plate, and so the Ducks had a 6-5 lead. But in the 9th inning, the Blue Crabs would rally against Donnie Veal, the left-hander for the Ducks, came in to close since Amalio Diaz was unavailable. Zawatsky singled to left. Wagner, who had come in as a defensive replacement for Lewis, drew a walk. And then Stevenson on a sac bunt reach when Sean Burrows dropped the baseball. So the bases were loaded, nobody out. Zach Wilson came to the plate, hit a ground ball to short with the infield drawn in. Lyons threw home for the force out, and then they threw to first and completed the double play 6-2-3. So just like that, 2 outs, but still runners at second and third for Southern Maryland. The first pitch then from Donnie Veal to Jovan Rosa, missed down and in. It skipped away from the catcher, Nelfi Zapata, and on the wild pitch, the Blue Crabs tied up the game at 6, as scoring from third was Wagner. So a 6-6 game went to the bottom of the 9th after Rosa flew out to right. The Ducks threatened in the bottom of the 9th inning, got runners to second and third with 2 out, but Delta Cleary Jr. grounded out to the shortstop. In the top half of the 10th inning, Ryan Cushmal came in, gave up a single and a walk. A sac bunt moved the runners over, and then an intentional walk of DeJesus set things up for Grant Sawatsky. He grounded into a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, nicely turned by the Ducks. So Cushmal gets out of trouble, and then in the bottom half of the 10th inning, the Ducks got the rally started. An infield single to third by Dan Lyons. Sean Burrows hit a ground ball to short that could have been a double play, but was misplayed by the shortstop on the flip from Zawatsky. So on the fielder's choice error, 2 were on, nobody out. Then Cody Puckett laid down a bunt and beat it out for a bunt single that loaded up the bases with nobody out against Cody Epley, and up came Mike Blank. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Mike Blank, and he will swing and fist one over first down the right field line. It's a base hit for Mike Blank. In to score from third is Dan Lyons. The 8th waddle-off win of the season for the Long Island Ducks, and they take it in 10 innings by a 7-6 score over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. An incredible come-from-behind, dramatic victory for the Long Island Ducks. They win it 7 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for the Ducks. They left 17, 6 runs, 12 hits, 5 errors for Southern Maryland, who left 9. Ryan Cushmal, the winner, improves to 4-2. Cody Epley, the loser, fell to 3-4 in a game that took 3 hours and 32 minutes. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will have a preview of the pitching matchup and the starting lineups for tonight's game, and then the first pitch from Bethpage Ballpark between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. It's Game 3 of a 4-game set.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Long Island Ducks taking the field here at Bethpage Ballpark on this beautiful Saturday evening for baseball. A past capacity crowd filing in here at the Duck Pond for Game 3 of the 4-game set between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Ducks have won the first 2 of this series, 4 straight games overall to get back to 500 here in the second half at 17-17. And for the Ducks, it is the first time that they have been at 500 here in the second half since way back on July the 21st when they were 6-6, and that was the beginning of a stretch where they would lose 6 of 7. But the Ducks have really righted the ship since then, and they have won 7 of their last 9 games, 9 of their last 12, and that is how the Ducks have gotten to within 3 games of first place in the division standings. Now joining the Ducks out on the field are tonight's dream teams, who are the West Islip Little League, the Long Island Thunder Softball, and Hicksville Hurricanes 9U. Color guard over at first base as well tonight is Bethpage Pack 603. So they are out on the field joining the Ducks as well, and we are just about set for our national anthem tonight, which is going to be performed by a group very near and dear to yours truly. That is the Temple Tikva Brotherhood Mitzvah Choir. And the Mitzvah Choir, a group of youngsters from Temple Tikva over in New Hyde Park, New York, my hometown. That is the temple where I grew up and spent a lot of my days as a youth. And they are here tonight, as is the case every season, and ready to perform tonight's national anthem. So the fans being asked here to rise at Bethpage Ballpark. And now we will turn things over to the microphone behind home plate where the Temple Tikva Mitzvah Choir is ready to perform tonight's national anthem.
They will lead us tonight in the singing of our national anthem.
Temple Tikva Mitzvah Choir from New Hyde Park with tonight's national anthem as some pyrotechnical fireworks go off in the background. A preview of tonight's post-game pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza, which is going to be presented by Suffolk Federal. Beautiful evening for baseball. We've had terrific weather all week long during this 8-game homestand for the Ducks. That will conclude tomorrow with a terrific day that is expected. It'll be Ray Navarrete Day as the Ducks retire jersey number 16. And a terrific ceremony pregame expected to honor the great Ducks career of Ray Navarrete. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's game for the Blue Crabs, who are managed by Stan Clyburn. Anton DeJesus leading off. He is the center fielder. Casey Stevenson is the second baseman and will bat second. Hitting third, playing first base, Zach Wilson. And in the cleanup spot is Jovan Rosa. He will play left field tonight. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Gustavo Molina. In the sixth spot is the designated hitter, Craig Maddox. Batting seventh, serving as the shortstop, Casey Frawley. Hitting eighth and in right field tonight is Tyler Wagner, filling in for the injured Fred Lewis. And rounding out the order, the third baseman tonight is Grant Sawatsky. They will all face right-hander Bruce Kern, who is 6-3 with a 3.09 ERA on the season, 32 appearances, 6 starts, and trying to bounce back after a tough outing last time when he took the loss on August the 10th, Monday night, against the Camden River Sharks. On the other side for the Ducks, who are managed by Kevin Baez, Phelan Lentini will lead things off. He is the right fielder. Batting second in center field, Delta Cleary Jr., and the number 3 hitter is the shortstop, Dan Lyons. Batting in the cleanup spot, the designated hitter for the Ducks is Sean Burrows. Fifth hitter and third baseman Cody Puckett. Mike Blank back behind home plate doing the catching and batting sixth. Hitting in the seventh spot is the left fielder Anthony Vega. Steve McQuail gets the start at first base tonight and bats eighth. And rounding out the order, making his Long Island Ducks debut is Ryan Gebhardt, a second baseman who was signed by the Ducks today. And Long Island will face Southern Maryland right-hander Brian Grennan, who has made 21 appearances on the season, 14 of them starts. He is 3-6 with a 4.50 earned run average and has earned 4 straight no decisions, has not won a game since way back on July the 1st in Bridgeport. So we will see what the pitching matchup reveals tonight and whether or not the Ducks can make it 5 consecutive wins overall and 6 straight against the Blue Crabs dating back to June. First pitch on the way of tonight's ball game is a breaking ball strike on the outside corner, and we are underway on this Saturday night.
Time of the ball game is 6:40.
We begin at about 6:40 p.m. here at Bethpage Ballpark. Now Stan Clyburn has come out of the dugout. I think he's trying to say that there might be a problem with the lineup. He's looking down at his lineup sheet as if to say that there is a problem here with the lineups that he was given. Trying to look out to the field to see if there's anything that I see that is incorrect, but nothing that I can tell out of the ordinary based on the lineups that we were given before tonight's ball game.
Temperature of tonight's ball game is 79 degrees.
Everything seems to be in order for the most part, but now Kevin Baez is coming out of the dugout to check things over with Tom Major, who is the first base umpire. Looked like they just pointed out to either the right side of the infield. The lineups we had McQuail at first, Gebhardt at second, and that's where both of those players are. So they're going over the lineup sheets right now, trying to figure everything out and wondering what might be the issue. But I am not sure what the problem could be here. One pitch a strike, and now all of a sudden we have a delay going on at Bethpage Ballpark as there appears to be some lineup confusion. So a little bit of a delay as they sort things out. Regardless, again, we'll recap to you on where the Ducks and the Blue Crabs both stand in the division. The Ducks right now are at 17-17 in the second half. Their win yesterday, coupled with Somerset's loss in Camden, moves the Ducks to 3 games back in the division behind the Somerset Patriots. And 1 game behind Somerset is Bridgeport. Somerset at 20-14, Bridgeport at 19-15 in the half. Bridgeport has lost 2 in a row and is 4-6 in their last 10. Somerset 5-5 in their last 10, and the Ducks are 7-3 in their last 10 games. So that is where the difference stands. Steve McQuail is having to come to the dugout here, and he was supposed to be at first base, and now Sean Burrows, who was supposed to get the day as the DH, looks like he's going to have to go out to first base. So not sure where the confusion was. The lineup card we were given by Kevin Baez said that Burrows was getting the half day as the DH. But maybe Baez had something different on his lineup card and had Burrows playing first and McQuail as the DH. So now all of a sudden Burrows is going out to first base. And I'm not sure if Kevin Baez just had something different written on his lineup card or what, but the lineup that we saw posted in the clubhouse earlier before the game had Burrows as the DH and McQuail at first. And perhaps something was different here, but Burrows is now going at first base. So we'll try and find out exactly what happened here. So we should be ready to go now, and the 0-1 is punted at and pulled back at the last second, taken for a ball. And so the count is now even up at 1-1. So I believe Sean Burrows is now the first baseman and McQuail is the designated hitter. 1-1 here, line into the gap in right center field. This ball is going to get down for a base hit. Lantini over to field it in the gap to Jesus, rounding second. He is going to go for third. And he is going to be in there standing up, a leadoff triple to right center field for Anton DeJesus. And not the start that Bruce Kern and the Ducks were looking for here in the opening inning. So DeJesus with his second triple of the year, lining one into the right center field gap.
Casey Stevenson, number 24.
And so with a runner at third, nobody out, up to the plate will step the second baseman, Casey Stevenson. So a little bit of confusion there with the defense, and now that is settled, we can get back to the game. The runner at third with nobody out here is Stevenson from the left side. And the first pitch, fastball missed inside from Kern. They counted 1-0. Kern typically does not wear the high socks, but tonight he has got the high black socks on. Trying to bounce back from a tough outing that he had earlier this homestand on Monday against the River Sharks. Swinging a foul tip into the glove here of the catcher, Mike Blank. Not really the first rough start of the season for Bruce Kern. He lasted 5 innings on Monday in a 5-4 loss and allowed 9 hits and 5 runs all earned, walked 1 and struck out 4. Here he misses low and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Prior to that, he had gone 6 innings in 3 straight starts, allowing 4 runs on July 5th, 2 on July 28th, and 2 on August the 3rd. Here's his 2-1 to Stevenson. Breaking ball hit on the ground is short. This will get the run home. Lyons Fields throws to first in time for the out. It's an RBI ground out for Casey Stevenson to short, and the Blue Crabs are on the scoreboard here in the opening inning. They lead it by a count of 1-0.
Hitting in the third position for the Blue Crabs, the first baseman, number 29, Zach Wilson.
Steve McQuail just went out and switched gloves with Sean Burrows. Burrows had been using the first baseman's mitt of McQuail, while McQuail probably went and retrieved Burrows' first base glove. First pitch here to Zach Wilson. Fastball on the outside corner, a called strike to count 0-1. For Stevenson, it's his 39th run batted in of the season. Here's the 0-1. Lined towards left, off of the glove of a leaping Dan Lyons. It is in for a base hit. So that is the second hit of the inning for Southern Maryland as Wilson singles off of a leaping try of Lyons. And 1 on, 1 out for the left fielder, Jovan Rosa.
Number 36, Jovan Rosa, number 36.
We just got word here is exactly what happened. So Bruce Kern is going to have to take the designated hitter spot in the order because Kevin Baez had an error with his lineup card. I'll tell you about the error after the first pitch upcoming. Kicking the offering. Fastball is in for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1. Kevin Baez on his lineup card listed Sean Burrows at first base and McQuail as the DH. But that was not the lineups that were given and not the defensive alignment. As this pitch misses up high for a ball. His lineup card said again, Burrows at first, McQuail's the DH. But the lineup that the Ducks had on the field, he had McQuail at first base and Burrows as the DH, which is what Kevin Baez initially had posted earlier today. 1-1. Popped up in the air foul, first base side out of play. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So what does that mean? It means that Burrows has to go into the field, as was the case on Kevin Baez's lineup card, and because of the error, the Ducks lose the designated hitter, and Bruce Kern is going to have to hit tonight. He is going to be hitting in the number 3 spot, in the number 8 spot for McQuail. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and outside, and that'll even up the count at 2-2. I have to find out confirmation for sure exactly which spot of the order he takes us. Here comes the 2-2, swing and a miss by Rosa. Cuts through the pitch, diving down and away, strike 3. So Rosa goes down swinging first, strikeout for Kern. And with 2 away, that will leave it up to Gustavo Molina. Boy, the first 2 games of this series were quite the opposite. Southern Maryland and the Ducks playing game 1 here on Thursday night. The Ducks won 4-1, and the teams combined for just 13 hits. Last night, the Ducks alone had 14 hits. Southern Maryland had 12, so a combined 13 runs on 26 hits yesterday. They also combined to leave 26 runners on base as Gustavo Molina fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Molina last night a first inning grand slam over the wall and left off of Bobby Blevins, who had a rough start for the Ducks last night, but really from the 3rd inning on was much better than he was in the first 2. 0-1, breaking ball. That is in for a called strike. The count 0-2. You wonder if there was any sort of adjustment period with Nelfi Zapata behind the home plate. First time that Blevins was pitching to Zapata, but Kevin Baez saying before the game he likes how Zapata looks behind home plate, calls a good game, very good defensively. 0-2 to Molina, fastball missed way up high from Kern, and the count 1-2. And really likes the way that Zapata plays behind home plate defensively. That's been a big reason why he's been able to excel up to AAA in his career, was his ability to play defensively as the catcher. 1-2 the count. Kern kicks and fires. Molina takes another fastball up and out of the zone from Kern. Southern Maryland with an early 1-0 lead on the RBI ground out to short from Casey Stevenson. They have a runner at first with 2 out here. It'll now be a 2-2 to Gustavo Molina. Just got confirmation that Kern does hit in the 8th spot of the order, so he takes McQuail's spot. Here, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the fastball by him. Now bell ties, second straight strikeout for Kern. That'll end the inning. So Southern Maryland ends up getting a run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. And through a half inning here at Bethpage Ballpark, it is the Blue Crabs 1 and the Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated Paver Shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver Shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the bottom half of the first inning with the Long Island Ducks trailing the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs by a count of 1-0. Just trying to make some adjustments here with the lineup card error. If you're just joining us, Kevin Baez had a mistake on his lineup card in which he had Sean Burrows listed as the first baseman, Steve McQuail as the DH. But when the Ducks took the field, McQuail was playing first base. And so, because of that error, Burrows has to go in now and play first base. And the Ducks lose the DH. And so Kern will go into the 8th spot of the order. And he will play for Steve McQuail, who is out of the game now and unavailable for the Ducks to use. So Long Island immediately loses a bench player. Not how the Ducks wanted to start things off here tonight. But that ends up being the case. Because, again, the Ducks lose the DH with the lineup card error. We've seen it before in the big league level. I think we've seen it before here in the Atlantic League too. I specifically don't remember an occurrence, but it has definitely happened before. Everybody makes mistakes. It does happen. And Kevin Baez is probably so used to writing Burrows into the first base spot of or third base, him in the field and McQuail as the DH. And had it the other way on his original lineup card that he posted in the clubhouse today, but on the lineup card he presented at home plate, different story. First pitch from Brian Grunning, is a fastball strike over the outside corner to Phelan Lentini. And the count, 0-1. Lentini in the lead-up spot for the Ducks, .310 batting average, and the 0-1. It misses low and outside. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. No homers, 4 RBIs so far for Lentini. Waves the bat from the right side. Grenning kicks and fires, and Lentini checks a swing on a breaking ball. It misses low. And the count goes to 2-1. Beautiful skies overhead. Clear skies, no clouds as the sun sets beyond the third base stands. Packed house here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. A light breeze is blowing out towards left field. The 2-1. Ground ball over the mound towards the middle. The second baseman Stevenson fields. Off balance throw to first. Just in time, they get Lentini. A nice play by Casey Stevenson. The second baseman for Southern Maryland retires Lentini for the first out.
Batting in the second position for Long Island, the center fielder number 5.
Ryan Grenning getting the start for Southern Maryland tonight. This is his 15th start of the year, 22nd appearance overall. Began the season out of the bullpen, became a starter, went back to the bullpen, now is back as a starter again. And he's 3-6 overall with a 4.50 earned run average. First pitch swinging, fouled off, back over third and out of play. Count 0-1 on Cleary Jr., who is hitting .285 on the season, a home run and 29 runs batted in. Ducks on this Saturday night going with their alternate orange jerseys, while the Blue Crabs go with their road grays. The 0-1, breaking ball cut on and missed over the outside corner. And Cleary Jr. behind it, 0-2. Grenning a no decision his last time out on Tuesday against Bridgeport, so he's pitching on short rest. The 0-2, breaking ball, fouled off back behind the plate by Cleary, just got a piece to stay alive. In that game, pitched 4 innings and allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, one of which was earned. Did not walk a batter and struck out 3. Works out of the windup, has that big leg kick where he turns back towards center. Now the 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3, another off-speed pitch. So Cleary Jr. down on strikes, first strikeout for Grenning, and 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. Grenning stands in at 5'11", 180 pounds out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Turned 30 years old this year, back on June the 10th.
Number 12.
So a 2-way, that'll bring up the shortstop and 3-hitter Dan Lyons, who has had a terrific season for the Ducks, an all-star. First pitch on the way from Grenning to Lyons, and he swings and grounds one through the left side, a base hit. Boy, all Lyons does of late is hit. Had a couple of hits again last night, a hit here in his first at-bat today on the first pitch, no less. And he's now reached base safely in 21 of his last 22 games. Coming into the game in his last 21 games was hitting .364. So that .313 batting average will continue to rise, and now the first baseman Sean Burrows is going to come up to the plate. And bat from the left side. Again, originally slated to be the designated hitter. Instead, he is the first baseman after the lineup card error from Ducks manager Kevin Baez. So Burrows will stand in from the left side about midway in the batter's box. Now creeps a little bit closer to the plate. A throw over to first quickly, chases Lyons back. And he's back safely. Lyons with a good amount of speed, 16 steals in 17 attempts this year. A very good stolen base percentage. And he ranks second in the league at .941 for a stolen base percentage. As time is called here, Lyons going out to the edge of the cutout just to do some maintenance on the dirt. Trying to kick a little dirt out of his spikes. So he'll take his lead again as Burrows steps into the batter's box. Grenning out of the stretch, set at the belt, and his first pitch to Burrows. Swung and ripped into right center field. Long run back for the right fielder, Wagner. He won't get it. This is one hop and off the wall. Lyons around third. He's going to try to score. No throw to the plate as Stevenson holds onto the baseball. It's an RBI double with 2 out for Sean Burrows, and the Ducks have tied up the ball game at 1 in the first inning. Burrows wasting no time, just like Lyons' first pitch swinging, he pummels one into the right center field gap. Double number 5 on the year for Burrows, and it is his 31st run batted in. So Burrows the runner at second base with 2 out. Now Cody Puckett will step up to home plate. Burrows has 67 hits now this season, only 9 for extra bases, 4 doubles, 4 homers, 5 doubles and 4 homers. Everything else has been singles, and Sean Burrows, a guy who normally will single you to death, but he comes up with the RBI double, and the Ducks immediately answer back and tie the score. First pitch to Cody Puckett. He'll take this one, and a breaking ball misses downstairs for a ball, and the count goes to 1-0. Long Island this year a lot of times has been victims of allowing 2-out runs to score, but here the Ducks delivering back-to-back 2-out hits, and Puckett takes another breaking ball low in the dirt. Good block by Molina. Keeps the ball out in front of home plate, and the count 2-0. Puckett had 275 on the year, 7 homers, 37 runs batted in. Lions' run scored his 52nd of the season. So Puckett will dig back in from the right side as Grenning looks back to second. His 2-0 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back to the screen. Puckett a bit out in front of that breaking ball and fouled it straight behind home plate, count 2-1. Lights are on here at Bethpage Ballpark. Again, as we mentioned earlier, a pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza set to follow tonight's ball game. And tonight should be the 9th sold-out crowd of the season for the Ducks and 648th all-time. 2-1 now. And Puckett takes this curveball low and outside. It misses for ball 3. And if Puckett takes another ball, he would force the walk and bring Mike Blank up to the plate. Each team with a run, each team with 2 hits here in the early going. And it will be a 3-1 from Brian Grenning. Looking to second a couple times, now fires to the plate, and Puckett swings, rockets one to center field on the run to Jesus. He can't get it. It drops in a base hit. Burrows rounds third. He will come home to score. It's another 2-out RBI hit for the Ducks, this time for Cody Puckett, and it's 2-1 Long Island. Puckett extending his hitting streak to 12 consecutive games, a line drive bullet into center field. The question was, would it stay up long enough for De Jesus to make the catch, and it fell in front of him by a few feet. Burrows running with 2 outs, able to round third and score easily. 38th run batted in of the year for Cody Puckett, and it's 2 2-out runs for Long Island in the first. So the Ducks go in front, and now Mike Blank, the 6th hitter of the inning, coming up to the plate. First pitch on the way, and Blank takes a fastball outside, just missed the corner, the count 1-0. Blank, the hero in last night's game for the Long Island Ducks in the bottom half of the 10th inning with the bases loaded and nobody out, singled over first down the right field line. The 1-0, ground ball to the left side. A big hop for the third baseman Zawatsky. He'll throw across the diamond in time for the out, and that will put an end to the opening inning. But a good response for the Ducks. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, all with 2 outs. No errors, they leave 1 on base, and after an inning of play here at Bethpage Ballpark, it's the Ducks 2 and the Blue Crabs 1.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
To the second inning we go with the Long Island Ducks now out in front of the Blue Crabs by a count of 2-1, thanks to the 2-out RBI double by Sean Burrows and the 2-out RBI single by Cody Puckett. So we go to the second inning. Bruce Kern back on the mound for the Ducks. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 19-16.
Position for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Designated hitter, number 8, Craig Maddox. Number 8.
So here is Craig Maddox to lead things off as we go to the top half of the second inning. Michael Pollock bringing you all the action here from Bethpage Ballpark. First pitch on the way from Bruce Kern, and Maddox will take a breaking ball up and outside. And the count goes to 1-0. Maddox had a big night last night, had 3 hits and a walk in his 5 trips to the plate. A 1-0, and a check swing takes inside, and Bruce Kern has fallen behind here quickly. 2 balls and no strikes. Kern, a right-hander for the Ducks. Yaphank native, the 2-0. Ground ball to the right side, fielded on a couple hops by Sean Burrows. He'll take it to the bag himself. And the Ducks first baseman Sean Burrows retires Craig Maddox for the first out of the second, which means we will take a 5-second break for station identification here on LI News Radio. 2-1 Ducks as we play in the top of the second inning. Casey Frawley to the plate, shortstop and 7-hitter for Southern Maryland. Out of the windup, Kern kicks and fires, and Frawley takes a breaking ball downstairs for ball 1. Kern, this is his second start of the year against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And his 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike, fastball at the knees to even the count. His first came way back on June 8th when he threw in game 1 of a doubleheader 5 innings of 1-run baseball and unearned run. Gave up 3 hits, no walks or strikeouts. 1-1, popped up in the air foul, first base side well out of play. And the count 1-2. Back then, Kern was strictly a reliever and only with spot start if the Ducks needed him, and with the day-night doubleheader would kind of cause some rotation troubles for the Ducks, and so he would go in as the spot starter to make things easier. 1-2 to Frawley. Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. Swung right over the top of it. 3rd strikeout already for Bruce Kern. And that is the first out of the second out, of the second inning.
Section 214 along the right field line.
So with 2 down and the base is empty. The right fielder Tyler Wagner will step up to home plate.
Right fielder number 9, Tyler Wagner, number 9.
Wagner playing today with Fred Lewis out of the lineup, a lefty who normally would lead off for Southern Maryland, but suffered a lower back injury late in last night's game, had to come out in the 7th inning. The first pitch, fastball missed. Nope, it's a called strike. A late call there from Tom Major, the home plate umpire. He's joined on the base pass tonight by Frank Urilli over at first base and Warren Nicholson, who's around at 3rd. 0-1 to Wagner, cut on and missed. And the count quickly 0-2. Wagner, a switch hitter. And again, batting from the left side against the righty Kern, who was trying for a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. And he's 1 strike away from doing so. Kern looks in for the sign, comes set. Here is the 0-2. And pitch swung and lined into center field shallow on the run. Cleary Jr. won't get it. It'll land for a base hit. So Tyler Wagner with a 2-out single up the middle. And that will keep the inning alive for 3rd baseman Grant Zawadzki.
Number 7, Grant Zawadzki, number 7.
So Wagner with the single. 3rd hit of the game for the Blue Crabs, each team now with 3. The Ducks hoping that the 2-out magic does not come here for the Blue Crabs like it did for the Ducks in the first. First pitch here, rocketed off of the foot of Kern and right to Sean Burrows. What a break for the Ducks. An absolute bullet back up the middle by Grant Zawadzki. It hit right off of the foot of Kern and could not have carried any better to Ducks first baseman Sean Burrows, and the easy 1-3 putout ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the second, bottom half, 2-1, Ducks in front of the Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, this is closing pitcher Ryan Cushmall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bottom of the second inning, 2-1 Ducks lead the Blue Crabs. Time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks today, as we mentioned, signed infielder Ryan Gebhardt, who is starting at second base and will get his first at-bat as a Duck here in tonight's game. Two players who were injured were put on the inactive list today. Blake Davis, who is dealing with a groin strain, and John Griffin, who has the hairline fracture in his hand. First pitch to Anthony Vega is in for a strike. Ducks don't expect Griffin to be back this season, and so he was put on the inactive list. And Davis still out with that groin injury, so he was also put on inactive. Here's the 0-1. And Vega takes low in the zone and even the count at 1-1. Randy Ruiz still out on the disabled list as he battles the hamstring injury. The Ducks are hoping that he'll be able to return by the end of the month, but no official word on that. That's the look at the Ducks Health Report for tonight. Everybody else healthy and available for Long Island. The 1-1. And Vega takes off the outside corner for ball two. The only pitcher that Kevin Byas said was unavailable tonight is right-hander Billy Buckner. So he will not be able to come into the game for Long Island, according to Kevin Byas beforehand. 2-1 to the lefty swinging Vega, and he takes a fastball at the knees for a strike to even up the count at 2-2. Vega at .279 on the year, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in, and he has played for both the Ducks and the Blue Crabs this season. This is his second stint with Long Island here in 2015. 2-2, breaking ball, just getting a piece of it was Vega, chops it right into the dirt. Keeps the at-bat alive to count 2-2. Bruce Kern, the starter for the Ducks, waiting in the on-deck circle, batting in the 8th spot tonight. At the lineup card mishap by Kevin Byas before the game, and so Kern having a bat now tonight, and he will hit in the 8th spot. The 2-2, breaking ball, and again Vega just gets a piece of it, chops it foul, and we'll do it once again with the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gebhardt will follow Kern. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball, grounded back up the middle, right behind Grenning and into center field, a base hit. 4th hit of the ball game for Long Island, a hard hit ground ball back up the middle. And unlike Kern, who was able to make the kick save and kicked it over to the first baseman Sean Burrows for the last out of the inning. In the top half of the second, this time Grenning unable to make the stop, and so it caroms off of his foot and to first base. So here is Bruce Kern to the plate for the Ducks, getting his first at-bat with Long Island. Tonight's starting pitcher, he bats from the right side. Squaring to bunt already. Now pulls back, now squares, and he bunts it up the first base line, but it goes foul. The count 0-1. Well, when the Ducks were in Sugar Land and they suffered the injury to Blake Davis, and when Dan Lyons could not play the field because of his arm troubles, the Ducks only had one healthy bench player on their roster, and that was their backup catcher Dan Corey at the time. So Kevin Byas needed to have an additional position player at least healthy if needed. Throw over to first, and Vega's back safely. And Kevin Byas enlisted the help of Nick Struck and Bruce Kern and told me before one of the games that those two would be available if needed in an emergency situation to play the field. And so this not totally far-fetched for Kern that he has to hit. Here he started a bunt, pulled back and took a pitch down low for a ball. The count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. It never ended up coming to pass that either Kern or Struck ended up having a play, but there was always a possibility for Kevin if needed, and now Kern serving as a hitter tonight. Squares the bunt here, pushes it again up the first base line, but again goes foul. So on 2 bunt attempts, unable to get it down on the first base side, and the count's 1-2 on Kern. We'll see if Kevin Byas keeps the bunt sign on or if allow Kern to swing away. Vega does have some speed. 9 steals this year and 11 attempts combined between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Right-hander gets the sign. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Kicks and fires, and Kern takes up and inside for a ball 2 from Grenning. Grenning's last outing against the Ducks came June 9th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Took the loss and gave up 5 runs on 5 hits in just 2 1/3 innings. Did not walk a batter and struck out 3. And the 2-2 here. Swung and grounded up the first base line. It's a fair ball. Wilson steps on first and then throws the ball into left field. Vega up going for third. Here comes the throw, not in time. Vega's in there safely. So that's going to go as a 3 unassisted ground out. And then Vega going to second, and then on the throw into left field, allows Vega to move to third. It's going to be an error, and the 9th of the season for Zach Wilson.
Second baseman, number 11, Ryan Gebhardt, number 11.
So that'll bring up Ryan Gebhardt to the plate. He's going to bat from the right side. And this will be the first at bat for Gebhardt. So again, a 3 unassisted ground out for Kern. Vega moves to second on the play and then goes from second to third on the error by Wilson. First pitch fouled over the screen back behind home plate, and the count 0-1. So it'll be an 0-1 here to Gebhardt. Infield drawn in all the way around for the Blue Crabs. And here Gebhardt rockets one into center. This will be deep enough to get the run home. Caught by DeJesus, tagging from third, coming home is Anthony Vega. He will score without a throw. And in his first plate appearance, Ryan Gebhardt picks up his first RBI as a Duck, and Long Island leads it 3-1. So Gebhardt with a sac fly in the RBI, and the error by Wilson throwing the ball into left field hurts the Blue Crabs.
Back to the top of the order here, on the Ducks with right fielder.
So the Ducks get the run on the sac fly to center. And back to the top of the order we go for Phelan Lentini. Southern Maryland, who committed 5 errors in last night's game, already off to a sloppy start here in the field as Phelan Lentini, a check swing, fouls the ball off. And the count goes to 0-1. Lentini a ground out to second base, his first at bat of the night. A great play by Casey Stevenson ranging up the middle. Fielded the ball, had to throw across his body and made an accurate throw to get Lentini by a step. Here's the 0-1 from Grenning, and Lentini swings and misses, chasing the ball down and away. Last night, Lentini 2 for 5 at the plate, scored a run and stole a base. The Ducks tied a season high by stealing 6 bases in last night's game. Hadn't happened since early August, when the Ducks did so against the Bridgeport Bluefish. It's been about 2 weeks since the Ducks did that. The 0-2, check swing, or swinging again on a breaking ball down low, and Lentini again fouls it off. Keeps the count at 0-2. Bases empty, 2 down. The Ducks lead it by 2. 2 runs in the first and another here in the second. Long Island, which flexed their muscles yesterday with 7 runs and 14 hits, is at it again here tonight against Grenning. 0-2 on the way to Lentini. And the pitch is swung and grounded to first. Zach Wilson is there. Race to the bag with Lentini. He beats him by a couple steps. And that will end the inning. Ducks still pick up an unearned run. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error. They leave the bases empty. 2 innings complete here at Bethpage Ballpark. 3-1, the Ducks out in front.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Third we go. No score, or check that. No score. 3-1. The Ducks are out in front of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs through 2 innings of play. And Bruce Kern back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work, and he will face the top 3 in the order for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Anton DeJesus to lead things off, and the first pitch from Kern is a breaking ball in at the knees for a called strike. The count goes to 0-1. DeJesus in the first inning, after the confusion with the lineup card, the 0-1, is up and away for a ball 1. Ended up doubling into the right center field gap, his second triple of the year, and then scored on the Casey Stevenson ground out. Here's the 1-1, breaking ball. That is in at the knees, another called strike. The count quickly goes to 1-2. Lefty batter against the righty pitcher. Here it comes. And DeJesus grounds one past the mound weakly. It caroms toward short. Lyons fields the throw on the run just in time for the out. Nice play by Dan Lyons. After the ball hit the mound and caromed a bit more toward him. It might have actually been easier with him going up the middle to make the play that way, and so he had to slow up a bit and adjust. But he makes the play to retire DeJesus. And that is the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Casey Stevenson with the aforementioned RBI ground out in his first at bat. 39th run batted in of the season for him. From the windup, first pitch from Kern, and Stevenson takes a fastball low and outside for ball 1. Stevenson hitting .274 coming into tonight's game. And last night for Southern Maryland had 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Here a ball down low. And Kern now behind in the count, 2-0. Stevenson had a double, 2 doubles, in the game. 2 runs scored as well. And drew a walk in his first plate appearance. Here he takes just off the outside edge. And now Kern behind at 3-0 on Stevenson. He's been a solid player all year long for Southern Maryland, and here takes low for ball 4 down in the dirt. So 4 pitches, Kern allows his first walk of the night. Stevenson will make his way down to first with 1 on and 1 out. That'll bring up the first baseman, Zach Wilson.
First baseman, number 29, Zach Wilson.
Entering tonight, Kern threw 64 innings this season and has struck out 60 batters while walking just 16 in those 64 innings. A ratio of about 1 walk to every 4 innings, and has allowed 51 hits. First pitch to Wilson. Fastball is in for a strike. Fastball at the knees, the count 0-1. Wilson a single through the left side his first time up tonight back in the opening inning, but was stranded at first base when Rosa and Molina struck out. Kern's 0-1 upcoming. Right-hander kicks and fires, and this pitch is a breaking ball on the outside corner, another called strike. And Kern quickly ahead at 0-2. When Kern is at his best, he's got a lively fastball and has a curveball with excellent 12-6 movement. When he can throw both of those for strikes, he keeps the opponents off balance, and that's how he's so successful. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Wilson for strike 3. And there is that good curveball from the right-hander. 4th strikeout of the game for Kern. And Wilson now 1 for 2, 2 away. That'll leave it up to the left fielder, Jovan Rosa.
Left fielder, number 36.
Ducks fans discover the difference at Huntington Honda and find Long Island's all-star lineup of over 1,200 new Hondas. Huntington Honda steps up to the plate to treat every customer with no pressure, respect, and grand slam service after the sale. Discover the difference in a winning buying experience at HuntingtonHondaCars.com. Then visit Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110. First pitch to Rosa, and he swings and pops one foul. First base side out of play. And the count goes to 0-1. Rosa, a strikeout victim in his first at bat back in the opening inning. After last night going 1 for 5, picking up a single, and it's only at bat where he got a hit. Other 4 times he came up to the plate, all flyouts to the right fielder. Oh, 1. Kern kicks and deals. Rosa, a curveball. He takes low and outside. Blocked at the plate by Blank. The count even up at 1-1. Ducks will wrap up the homestand tomorrow. They'll head to Bridgewater, New Jersey for 4 with Somerset. Come back home for 3 with Camden, and then the long, week-long road trip to Bridgeport and Southern Maryland. 1-1. Fastball fouled down the right field line, slicing and off of the warning track. It one hops and into the seats. So Rosa fouls one away. The count now 1-2 as Kern looks to throw another scoreless inning after giving up that run in the first inning. 3-1, the Ducks leading the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Top of the 3rd inning at Bethpage Ballpark. Kern looks in for the sign from Blank and comes set. A 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball lined up the middle and threw into center field, a base hit. So Jovan Rosa gets a hanging curveball and grounds it right back through the box. This time Kern was not able to knock it down with his foot. So Rosa with the 4th hit of the game for the Blue Crabs. Each team with now 4 hits. And with 2 on and 2 out, that'll leave it up to the catcher, Gustavo Molina. So we'll have another righty-righty matchup as Molina steps up to home plate. A strikeout victim his first time up. Kern dangles the right arm as he gets the sign. Now comes set. First pitch, and the fastball catches the inside corner for strike 1. Molina last night for the Blue Crabs was 2 for 5 at the plate, had a home run, a grand slam in his first at bat. First grand slam of the year for Southern Maryland, and then singled in his last at bat leading off the 10th, but was stranded at third base. 0-1. High fly ball to left, down the line. Long run over for Anthony Vega. He'll run out of room, though. This is well back into the crowd. And Molina in a quick 0-2 hole. Molina hit that grand slam on a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch in last night's game. Kern now ahead of him, 0-2. Runners lead from first and second. The 0-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to third off the glove of a diving try. A Puckett into left field, a base hit. Rounding third, coming home to score is Stevenson. It's a 2-out RBI single to left for Gustavo Molina. And the Blue Crabs cut the deficit to 1. It is 3-2 Long Island. Just off of the glove of Puckett. A good effort making the diving try at it. But Karam's off the end of his glove. Slowed it down as it went into left field as well. If it did not hit his glove, the Ducks might have had a chance on Stevenson. But once it hit the glove, slowed it down. And for Molina, his 52nd run batted in of the year. And now Southern Maryland rallying with 2 outs in the inning. Back-to-back hits. And they've got first and second with 2 away for Craig Maddox. He bats from the left side. Kern kicks and fires, and Maddox will swing and miss, chasing the breaking ball down and in. The count 0-1. So Rosa now the runner at second, and Molina at first. Not good speed on the bases for Southern Maryland. Now back down to a 1-run game at 3-2. Kern gets the sign. Looks to second. Now deals to the plate, and Maddox takes just up and inside. The count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned last night, Maddox with 3 hits, all singles to center. Had a fly out to right and then a walk in the 10th inning, but was stranded at second base. Kern trying to get through this third without allowing any more damage. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch coming up. And Maddox will swing and miss. Good fastball up high. Gets him to cut through it, and the count goes to 1-2. So Kern with a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Maddox. Comes set, kicks and fires, and Maddox takes the curveball low and inside, would not chase. Good block by Blank to keep the count, that bat alive, and keep the runners where they're at. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting ready, set is Kern. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase the breaking ball, diving down and away. Strikeout number 5 for Kern, and he gets out of further trouble in the third inning. The Blue Crabs get a run on 2 hits and a walk, no errors, they leave 2. And after 2.5, it is the Ducks 3 and the Blue Crabs 2.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Ducks fans, when Craig Maddox struck out to end the top of the third inning, that was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico can save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. Ryan Grenning back to the mound for his third inning of work. The Ducks will be setting up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the order. Leading by 1, it'll be Delta Cleary Jr., Dan Lyons, and Sean Burrows. Ducks will try and get their 2-run lead back after the 2-out RBI single by Gustavo Molina made this a 1-run game at 3-2 in the top half of the third inning. First pitch on the way, taken for a strike. Cleary Jr. had started a bunt. Cleary Jr. a strikeout swinging in his first at bat back in the opening inning. The third baseman Zawatsky playing behind the grass. Here Cleary Jr. swings away, lines it down the left field line, but this will slice fouling out of play into the seats. And the count quickly 0-2 on the Ducks center fielder. Cleary Jr. 1 for 5 in last night's game with a run scored. Also picked up his 24th stolen base of the year and another sacrifice bunt. He's now up to 19 sacrifice bunts on the year, which leads the team. 0-2 pitch on the way from Grenning. Kicks and fires, and Cleary Jr. is swinging a ground ball up the first base line, foul. Flipped into the stands, and we'll do it once again at 0-2 on Cleary Jr. Great crowd on hand here tonight. Packed from the right field line to the left field line all throughout Bethpage Ballpark. The 0-2, fastball missed up and away from Grenning. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grenning also faced the Ducks earlier this year, April 27th, down at Regency Furniture Stadium in relief and threw a scoreless inning, striking out 1 in a 4-1 Ducks win. The 1-2, low and inside for a ball to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Southern Maryland not his first team, though, in the Atlantic League. 2013 was a member of the Lancaster Barnstormers and started off last year with Lancaster before becoming a member of the Blue Crabs. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball missed inside for a ball, and the count goes full at 3-2. The reason why Grenning's starting here on short rest is because he's taking the spot of Brian Burris, who was supposed to pitch but is bumped back a day and will pitch tomorrow. He's missed the last 3 starts with a forearm strain. And here Cleary Jr. swings and misses. A pitch down and away for strike 3. Caught a piece of it and fouled it off into the glove of Molina. Second time he has struck out in this game. Both of Grenning's strikeouts are of Delta Cleary Jr. Now with 1 out, that'll bring up Dan Lyons to the plate.
Number 12, Dan Lyons, number 12.
So here is Lyons to bat from the right side. Single to left in his first at bat, and eventually came around to score on the double by Sean Burrows. First pitch from Grenning on the way. Lyons swings, grounds it weakly past the mound towards second. Charging in Stevenson, fields, and the off-balance throw in time. Don't think that the pitcher ever got that ball. Grenning reached for it but missed, and it ended up going to second. So Lyons on the 4-3 ground out is retired. That's now 5 straight retired by Grenning since the leadoff single in the second. And with 2 away, that will bring up Sean Burrows.
Number 25, Sean Burrows, number 25.
So here is Burrows to the plate. First pitch swinging in his first at bat. Launched a double into the right center field gap. And that scored Lyons all the way from first base. Here's a first pitch on the way to Burrows. Batting from the left side, he swings and misses. Good hack, but cut through it in the count 0-1. With the double, Burrows picked up his 31st RBI of the season. And then scored his 22nd run after Puckett's single. 0-1. And this breaking ball is taken down low. That'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kicking the pitch from Grenning. He swings and it's a high fly ball down the left field line, slicing foul and out of play down by the Smokin' Owls party deck. So the count 1-2 on the first baseman Burrows. If he reaches Cody Puckett, we'll get an opportunity. Here's the 1-2 from Grenning, and Burrows swings, grounds it to the right side and through. A base hit for Sean Burrows. Seemed like he hit that one right off of the ground. A breaking ball down low, and Molina couldn't believe he hit it, but went down and got it and singled it through the right side, his second hit of the ball game. And now 1 on with 2 out for Cody Puckett.
Third baseman number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
So Burrows with a single to right. Another 2-out hit for the Ducks. 4 of their 5 hits here in the game so far have come with 2 away. And we'll see if they can produce again with 2 down in the third. Here is Cody Puckett to the plate, who delivered an RBI single to center his first time up. Burrows takes his lead at first. On the year, 2 steals and 4 attempts. And Puckett takes a breaking ball over the inside corner for strike 1 from Grenning. Puckett extending his hitting streak to 12 consecutive games in his first at bat. 4 shy of the longest by a Duck this year, the 0-1. Popped up foul back behind the plate off to the first base side. And the count quickly 0-2. In his previous 11 games entering tonight, Puckett had a .319 batting average, 15 for 47. And has now earned hits in 20 of his last 22 games, going all the way back to July the 23rd. Oh, and 2 the count. Grenning set at the belt, kicks and fires, and Puckett swings, grounds it towards second. Stevenson there, he will throw to first for the out. And the side retired for the Ducks here in the third inning. First time that the Ducks have not scored in an inning in this game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Long Island. And through 3 innings here at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks still remain in front of the Blue Crabs 3-2.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Back at Bethpage Ballpark, we head to the fourth with the Ducks leading the Blue Crabs 3-2. It is time for the fourth inning trivia tonight, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. If you've been paying attention to our broadcast lately, you should know the answer. Dan Lyons last night drove in his 57th run of the season, which set a new career high for him with any single team during a year. And he had set that record as a member of the Long Island Ducks previously. The question is, which year did he set his career high with a single team with 56 runs batted in before he broke that last night? We'll let you think about it. We'll give you the answer in the bottom of the inning. 0-1 on Casey Frawley, and now he grounds one foul third base side and quickly falls behind at 0-2. So again, the question, which year did Dan Lyons set a career high with 56 RBIs with any single one team before he broke it last night? And again, we told you it was as a member of the Ducks. You have 4 years to choose from. The 0-2, high fly ball left center field. Cleary Jr. and Vega converging. It is Vega who makes the call. The left fielder will make the catch. And Frawley retired for the first out of the inning. So one away here in the fourth. Frawley now 0 for 2. And that will bring up the right fielder Tyler Wagner. Yeah, the 4 years you have to guess from: 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014. Lions in his 5th straight year with the flock here in 2015, and having the best season with Long Island and arguably the best of his career so far. Ground ball right side past the diving try of Sean Burrows and into right field, a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for the right fielder Wagner. Singled to center in his first at bat, now singles to right. And Southern Maryland with their 6th hit of the ball game. That's a one-out base runner in the fourth. Kern here in the early going doesn't seem to have that same sharp stuff that we've seen. A few too many pitches still near the plate. Has allowed only 2 runs to this point, but has given up 6 hits. One advantage, though, he has struck out 5 and has walked only 1. First pitch coming here to Grant Zawatsky. He will swing and miss for strike 1. Zawatsky last night was just 1 of 5 at the plate, and the only hit he had was a leadoff single in the 9th inning, but then was thrown out at home plate on a 6-2-3 double play turn by the Ducks. That nearly got Donnie Veal out of a big jam, but then he threw a wild pitch that allowed Southern Maryland to tie the game. Here a swing and a miss on another nasty curveball from Bruce Kern. And the count is quickly 0-2. Kern had an ERA of 2.59, went up a half run with his rough outing his last time out. 0-2 coming from the right-hander, kicks and fires, and the breaking ball is just caught and fouled off to the third base side. He just got a piece of it to stay alive. So the count will remain 0-2 for the Blue Crabs' third baseman. Zawatsky last night had started at second base, as was the case also on Thursday. So it'll be an 0-2 pitch from Kern to Zawatsky with 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Right-hander gets the sign, comes set, and the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. 6th strikeout of the ball game for Bruce Kern, and all 6 of them have been swinging. Curveball's been effective in getting lots of swings and misses.
Marvelous job this evening.
So 2 away, the runner still at first, and up to the plate will step the center fielder Anton DeJesus. DeJesus to bat from the left side. He is 1 for 2 in the game as Southern Maryland begins its 3rd trip already through the order. First pitch on the way. DeJesus takes a big curveball low and inside, and the count goes to 1-0. DeJesus last night for Southern Maryland was sitting in the 8th spot of the order and had a single and 4 at bats. Also drew an intentional walk in the 10th, but was stranded on the base pass. The 1-0. He's up and outside for a ball. The count 2-0. He actually was retired at second on the 5-4-3 inning-ending double, 4-6-3, inning-ending double play induced by Ryan Cushmall. Here's the 2-0. And he misses again, does Kern, so he's falling behind at 3-0 here on DeJesus with 1 on and 2 outs. And you do not want to walk DeJesus and bring up the dangerous Casey Stevenson with 2 on and 2 away. So see if he can battle back 3-0. And that low and outside ball 4. So Kern with his second 4-pitch walk of the night. A 2-out walk issued to DeJesus. And now Casey Stevenson will get a chance at the plate to tie up this ball game with a tying run at second in Tyler Wagner.
Second baseman, number
Kern last
24,
inning
Casey Stevenson.
had a runner at first with 2 out. Rosa singled to center, Molina to left, and that plated a run. Now a 2-out walk issued here to DeJesus, and here is Stevenson, who was 0 for 1 with a walk in the game, but he has already driven in a run and scored a run. And the first pitch on the way is a fastball taken over the outside corner for a strike, and the count 0-1. Stevenson drove in a run in the first with the RBI ground out to short, and then walked in the third with 1 out, and eventually came around to score on Molina's RBI single. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Nicely thrown by Kern. Stevenson way out in front. So the count 0-2. And again, Kern 1 strike away from getting out of further trouble. 3-2 Ducks, top of the 4th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Kern dangles the arms, he looks in for the sign. Now gets the pitch he likes. And the 0-2. Stevenson swings, grounds it up towards first. Burrows will field, he'll take it to the bag himself, and Kern works out of any further trouble. So the Blue Crabs threaten but don't score. No runs, a hit, a walk. They lead 2, and through 3.5, it is the Ducks 3, the Blue Crabs 2.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time. He reaches up, it's gone! Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Long Island Ducks with the 3-2 lead over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And Brian Grenning goes back to the mound. Time for the answer to tonight's 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. We gave you the question in the top half of the inning. Dan Lyons last night setting his career high for any one single team in his career with his 57th run batted in. We want to know in which year Lyons had set his previous career high with 56. That was a Ducks career high for him. And so it obviously had to come in one of 4 seasons previously that he's played with the Ducks. And if you guessed 2012, you would be right. 56 RBIs in 2012. And here Mike Blunk swings and misses for strike 1. It was the first year for Dan Lyons as a full-time starter with the Ducks at short. And he put together an all-star campaign. Only at 248 that year, but he had 3 homers, 56 RBIs, 17 doubles, 6 triples. The 0-1 is ripped towards third. A leaping grab made by Grant Sawatsky, not his brother Lance, who plays with the Barnstormers. So Blank retired on the line out to third, and that is the first out of the 4th inning. Roy Lyons just has had a very nice career here with the Long Island Ducks. Quietly has had a nice career. He's never really blown anybody away at the plate before this season. but has always found a way to get some clutch hits, make some key plays. And that's been a big reason why he's been such an important player for the Ducks since he first began here. A broken back, ground ball to short, barehanded try, unable to make the play was the shortstop Frawley, and that's going to be an infield single for Anthony Vega. Broken bat that was sawed off. The ball went out towards short, and Frawley tried to make the barehanded play. That was his only chance at making the play, and unable to come up with it. So Vega is on at first with the infield single. Second hit of the game for him. He had singled to center his first time up. And now with a runner at first and one away, that's going to bring up the pitcher, Bruce Kern. So we'll see what Kevin Myers has Kern do here with one on and one out. First pitch does not square to bunt and ends up taking a fastball low and outside for ball one. First at bat, Kern hit a ground ball up the first base line, was ruled a fair ball. Wilson stepped on first and tried to complete the 3-6 reverse force double play, but his throw to Frawley went past him and into left field, and on the error, Vega was able to make his way to third and then scored on the sac fly. That run the difference in the game right now. Throw over to first, gets away from the first baseman Wilson slightly, but not far enough for Vega to go to second. Southern Maryland has just looked very sloppy defensively here in this series. 5 errors yesterday. They've already made an error here tonight. Ducks, meanwhile, entering tonight had the best fielding percentage and fewest errors in the league this year. 1-0 pitch on the way. Runner goes from first. Pitch is taken low, a ball. The throw down to second base, not in time. Vega slides in under the tag of the shortstop Frawley. And stolen base number 10 on the season for Anthony Vega. The Ducks with a runner in scoring position and one away. Kevin Byers, notably an aggressive manager and likes to put his runners in motion frequently. The Ducks with 6 steals yesterday. They pick up their first steal of the night on the steal from Vega. And now it'll be a 2-0 pitch here to Bruce Kern. Kicking the offering, takes the fastball, catches the outside corner for a strike. The count 2-1. Again, if you're just joining us wondering why the pitcher is sitting for the Ducks, Kevin Byers with a lineup card error before the game. So the Ducks lost the DH spot, and Kern, the starting pitcher, had a slot into the number 8 spot of the order, which had been taken by McQuail. 2-1 is sliced foul down the right field line. Good swing there from Bruce Kern as he hit it hard down the right field line, but ended up inside outing it a bit too much, fouled it off into the seats, and the count even up at 2-2. Vega leads at second, one away. Grenning looks back that way, fakes a throw back. Turn and fake the throw, but Frawley was not covering the second base bag, so Grenning was not going to throw that way. And now Grenning ready to deal 2-2. Runner going back to second, and Vega just gets in ahead of the tag from Frawley. This time he crept in behind Vega. And Vega got back in just ahead of the tag. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Ducks leading it 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Running ready. Now the 2-2, and Kern swings and fists one out shortly to third. Fielded there by Zawatsky. The throw across gets Kern by a step. Good hustle by Kern up the first base line, but Zawatsky stays with it, makes the play. Vega crosses over to third. And now a runner at third base with 2 away for the Ducks. That'll bring it up. Ryan Gebhardt.
Ryan Gebhardt, number 11.
So here is Ryan Gebhardt, the second baseman and 9-hitter for the Ducks, who picked up an RBI in his first plate appearance with Long Island. 2 innings ago, a sac fly to center that brought home Vega from third. This time a fly ball won't get the job done. So let's see if he can pick up his first Ducks hit to drive in the run. First pitch, and Gebhardt swings. It's a fly ball in the air to shallow right center. Going out is the second baseman Stevenson in right center field. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. So Gebhardt pops to second. The Ducks strand a runner at third. 1 hit in the inning, and through 4, Ducks remain in front by a run. It is 3-2 Long Island.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated Paver Shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver Shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc paver, let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Ducks fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to Bethpage Ballpark, where exclusive hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. On to the fifth inning we go, and a close one between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. 3-2 Long Island in front as we move to the fifth. Neither side able to score in the fourth. First inning of the game in which neither side scored a run. The first pitch from Bruce Kern. Fastball just missed low and inside to Zach Wilson. And the count 1-0. Wilson 1 for 2 so far on the night. Kern's pitch. That breaking ball just missed low and outside. Two close pitches. Kern didn't get the call on either. And it's now 2 balls and no strikes on Wilson, who singled to left in the first and struck out swinging in the third. Fastball there misses way low. And goes all the way back to the backstop, and Kern 1 ball away from his third 4-pitch walk of the day. Kern walked Stevenson on 4 pitches in the third inning and DeJesus on 4 pitches in the fourth. Here's the 3-0, and that is in for a called strike. Count 3-1. Most walks Kern has ever allowed in a start this year is 2. He walked 2 starts ago on August 3rd against Bridgeport. He's already got 2 here tonight. And make it 3 as he misses for a ball 4 to Wilson. So the most walks Kern has had as a start this year tonight as he walks Wilson to lead off in the 5th inning. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here in this 5th inning. Get you caught up around the Atlantic League, where everybody is now underway tonight. And we'll head first to Camden, New Jersey, where the River Sharks are hosting the Somerset Patriots. Camden with a come-from-behind victory last night, a walk-off win over the Patriots. And right now the River Sharks are taking it to Somerset. It's rare that Somerset gives up a lot of runs, but they have done that here tonight. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1 to Jovan Rosa. Camden ahead 8-3. In the top of the 7th inning, Lucas Irvin, 8 runs on 10 hits in 5 2/3 innings. Very unlike him. Gus Schossler is now in the game. Daniel Herrera started for Camden, and Dan Blewett is now pitching for the River Sharks. The 1-0 to Rosa, cleanup hitter from the right side. He'll swing and rocket one down the left field line. This is going to hook foul off the facing of the Smokin' Owls party deck in the count 1-1. Camden being led by Daniel Rocket, who has 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored on the evening. Somerset has RBIs in the game from Michael Burgess, David Vidal, and Matt Gamble. But again, they trail 8-3 right now to the Camden River Sharks, top of the 7th. A Somerset loss and a Ducks win tonight would pull Long Island to within 2 games of first place here in the second half. Kern's 1-1, and Rosa checks a swing, takes inside for ball 2. As for the Bridgeport Bluefish, they lead the York Revolution 3-1, top of the 7th inning up at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. Matt Neal started for York. He is still pitching. And it was David Anderson starting for Bridgeport. Sammy Gervasio is now in the game. 2-1 to Rosa, breaking ball missed up high, and Kern having trouble finding the strike zone here in the 5th. Back-to-back hitters, he has fallen behind on 3-1. Bridgeport tonight, RBIs from Wilson Batista and Luis Rodriguez. York's lone RBI coming from Jose Constanza. Runner goes, and Rosa hits a high, towering drive to deep left field. Vega back at the wall, and you can forget it. Over both walls and left, a 2-run home run for Jovan Rosa. It is his 8th home run of the season, and Southern Maryland back in front as they lead it 4-3 here in the 5th inning. Rosa will come to home plate and give the high five to Zach Wilson. RBIs 37 and 38 on the year for Rosa, his 2nd hit of the night. And the struggle's continuing here for Bruce Kern tonight. That's what happens when you fall behind on back-to-back hitters. 3-1, you're forced to either miss for ball 4 or throw a pitch near the plate. He missed for ball 4 to Wilson, but here leaves one over the middle of the plate to Rosa. And Rosa deposits it over the left field wall for a 2-run blast. First pitch here misses low for ball 1 at Gustavo Molina, the 5-hitter and catcher, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI on the night. So Rosa, with his 8th home run of the year, has put Southern Maryland in front by a run, their 2nd lead of the game. And here a foul ball over the screen back behind home plate. Upstairs, ball comes back down below. Nice grab by a fan, barehanded in section 202. And the count is 1-1. Kern allowing 4 runs or more for the 2nd straight start. The 1-1, ground ball to short. Dan Lyons is there. And his throw over to first is in plenty of time to retire the slow-footed Molina. That is the first down of the 5th. And Molina now 1 for 3. Final score coming from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where the Skeeters lead the Barnstormers 3-2, top of the 3rd inning. Roy Merritt starting for Sugar Land and Chad Beck starting for Lancaster. Skeeters getting RBI so far from Travis Scott, Darrell Ward, and Johan Lamonta. And the Barnstormers with RBIs from Yusuke Kajimoto and Anderson Feliz. Craig Maddox will now step up to the plate, and the first pitch he sees from Kern is a fastball strike at the knees. The count 0-1. Yankees were winners for the 2nd straight day up in Toronto today. They win it 4-1 behind the great start from Masahiro Tanaka. Ground ball weakly hit off his foot. To the right side of the infield, it's a foul ball. The count 0-2 on Maddox. Tanaka with a complete game effort. Gave up just 1 run on 5 hits and 3 walks. Struck out 8, improves to 9-5. Marco Estrada the loss for Toronto. Fell to 10-7. Carlos Beltran, who had the big 3-run home run that won it for the Yankees last night, hit a solo homer in the 1st inning today, his 12th of the year. And Mark Teixeira hit his 31st of the season in the 6th inning. 0-2, breaking ball cut on and missed by Maddox for strike 3, way out in front of that big curveball from Kern. Second time Maddox has struck out. He is now 0 for 3, 7th strikeout for Kern. And with 2 away in the 5th inning, that will bring up Casey Frawley. By the way, for those curious, Kern right now is at 83 pitches, 53 for strikes. And with 2 outs, that will leave it up to the shortstop, Casey Frawley. First pitch, swinging a tapper weakly back towards the mound. No, that was off the foot of Frawley, too. And the count 0-1, Frawley 0 for 2 in the game. Mets, who had a tough loss in extra innings last night, trail 3-0 through 3 innings at Citi Field to the Pirates. Jonathan East starting for the Mets this evening. Charlie Morton going for the Pirates, who have had home runs so far from Gregory Polanco, his 7th, and Aramis Ramirez, his 12th. Here comes an 0-1 from Kern. Kicks and fires, and this fastball missed up and inside to Frawley. Count 1-1. They're at halftime at Red Bull Arena. Bradley Wright Phillips with a goal in the 27th minute has given the Red Bulls a 1-0 lead over Toronto FC. And at the PGA Championship, Jason Day atop the leaderboard right now. 14 back, or 14 under par, 1 ahead of Matt Jones. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Frawley as he chased up and inside for strike 2. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks trailing the Blue Crabs now by a count of 4-3. On the 2-run home run from Jovan Rosa, it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. And this is fisted out towards shallow right center. It'll dunk in for a base hit. Kern struggles again with 2 outs coming up here as he gives up the single to Casey Frawley. Southern Maryland now with 8 hits already in the ball game.
Tyler Wagner, number 9.
4 of the 8 hits have come with 2 outs. And so with Frawley at first and 2 away, that'll give Tyler Wagner an opportunity, who already has 2 of the 8 hits for Southern Maryland in the game, 1 up the middle and 1 to right. Kern gets the sign and comes set. First pitch is down and in for a ball. The count of 1-0. Ducks will have Ian Marshall closing out the series tomorrow. They got a terrific start in the opener from John Brownell, who came just one strike shy of the complete game shutout and settled for 8 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. Yesterday, Bobby Blevins struggled over the first 2 innings, then recovered in 3 strong innings after that. The 1-0 is low and outside again from Kern. The count 2 balls and no strikes. And here Kern has not had his dominant stuff all night. He has struck out 7, which is impressive, but he has walked 3 and has given up 4 runs on 8 hits over 4 2/3 innings. The 2-0 popped in the air foul, third base side out of play off the end of Wagner's bat. And so the count 2-1. Kern trying to make it through 5 innings here with this 1-run game. The Ducks have had a knack for the comeback this year. 28 come from behind wins this season, and 1 run typically does not put the Ducks out of the game by any stretch. They came back from 5 runs down to win yesterday. 2-1. Ground ball foul up the first baseline by Wagner on a breaking ball that came down and in. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sellout crowd here quieted for the moment with Jovan Rosa's 2-run home run, putting the Blue Crabs back in front by a count of 4-3. Now the 2-2 from Kern. Kicks and fires, and Wagner takes the fastball inside. It hit him. Kern didn't think it did, but it must have caught him on the leg. And so Wagner hit by the pitch, first batter that Kern has hit in the game, and after getting 2 outs following the home run, a single and a hit by pitch, that put 2 on with 2 away. And now the 9-hitter Grant Sawatsky will come to the plate. And with that, Marty Jansen, the pitching coach for the Ducks, is going to come out of the dugout to try and settle down his right-hander. Bruce Kern, back-to-back starts now, has not had his dominant stuff that we saw in the 2 starts before it when he threw 6 innings of 2-run ball each time out. It is the 3rd time this year he has struck out 7 or more in a start, but has just allowed the Blue Crabs to get too many good swings on pitches out over the plate. That's a Blue Crabs team that is mostly intact from the first half when they won the first half. They were dominant in the first half in the Freedom Division and won with a record of 42-28, 6 games ahead of the Skeeters. But have struggled here in the second half, just 13-21 entering tonight. But they're hitting the ball well against Kern. And now the first pitch to Grant Sawatsky is a check swing on a pitch coming inside. And the home plate umpire, Tom Major, says he went around, so the count 0-1. Wagner now on base for the 3rd time in this game, and Sawatsky at the plate 0 for 2. He has bounced back to the mound and struck out swinging. The 0-1, swings and grounds it to the left side and through a base hit for Sawatsky. Rounding third, coming home is Frawley. The throw to the plate, and that is in time. He's out. Nice throw from the left fielder Anthony Vega. Mike Blank diving back across the plate, makes the tag, and that will end the inning. Southern Maryland, though, ends up getting 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through. Blue Crabs 4 and the Ducks 3.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank Color Guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning with the Ducks leading it, or now trailing, by a count of 4-3 thanks to Jovan Rosa's 2-run home run in the top of the fifth inning. And in between innings, Blue Crabs manager Stan Clyburn got ejected from the ball game for arguing the play at the plate. He had come out of the dugout slowly after the out call was made when the Ducks were leaving the field and seemingly had a very quiet conversation with Tom Major at first, then started to walk away. I briefly looked down at my scorebook, and then the next thing I know, I look up, and he is in a heated conversation with Major and Warren Nicholson, the third base umpire. And I guess Clyburn felt that Frawley had gotten in ahead of the tag of blank, but the umpires didn't think so. They called out. From our vantage point, looked like he was out, but he seemed to be contending that Frawley had gotten his foot in ahead of the tag, and so Clyburn has been ejected, and now either Dan Reichert, the pitching coach, or Jeremy Owens, the hitting coach, have taken over as the manager, the acting manager of the game. First pitch to Phelan Lentini, misses low and outside. And the count is 1-0. Lentini 0 for 2 in the game with a ground out to second and a ground out to first. Brian Grenning still on the mound for Southern Maryland, and trying to protect the one-run lead that the Blue Crabs now have. Here's the 1-0. Lentini swings, lines one into right field. Drifting back, Tyler Wagner, he'll make the catch. And that's the first out here in the bottom half of the fifth inning, as Lentini is now 0 for 3. 5-second station identification here on LI News Radio. Bottom of the fifth inning with the Ducks trailing 4-3. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Blue Crabs. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Ducks. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate. The first pitch on the way is a breaking ball strike over the outside corner. Count goes to 0-1. Cleary Jr. 0 for 2 in the game. He has struck out twice. So the top part of the order for the Ducks struggling, as is the bottom half, which is 0 for 3. But they do have a sac fly in there, and here Cleary Jr. a high pop-up to shallow left. Going out to shortstop Frawley. In is the left fielder Rosa, and Rosa just made the catch. Very close play, but Rosa just does end up making the grab. Ended up almost down at third base. And Cleary Jr. retired for the third time tonight. 2 quick outs on just 4 pitches here in the fifth inning. And that will bring Dan Lyons to the plate. So far, Grenning has thrown just a total of 62 pitches, 45 for strikes. He's been very efficient in this game, unlike Kern, who was up near the 90 pitch mark, and we'll see if he comes back out for the 6th inning or if Kevin Baez goes to his bullpen. First pitch upcoming to Dan Lyons, and he'll take a fastball low, skips past the catcher, goes back to the backstop, the count 1-0. Lyons 1 for 2 in the game. Single to left and scored in the first inning, grounded out to second in the third. Grenning looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. First 1-2-3 inning for either side, the 1-0. And Lyons takes the curveball low and outside for ball 2. Last night, Lyons was 2 for 5. He had a double, a run batted in, 2 runs scored, drew a walk, and stole 2 bases. Pretty good day at the plate for Dan Lyons. Did a little bit of everything. And now the 2-0. Fisted out in the air to shallow center. The second baseman, Stevenson, on the outfield grass, will make the catch, and the Ducks go in order quickly here in the fifth inning. Just 7 pitches needed. Ducks go down 1-2-3. We head to the 6th. Blue Crabs 4, Ducks 3.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, we head to the 6th inning here, and Ducks fans follow all season long with the Long Island Ducks as they try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs this season, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Well, we have a new pitcher in the order for the Ducks, and that is left-hander Patrick Kreider. And he will take over for the right-hander Bruce Kern, who is in line for his second straight loss. Not a good outing for the right-hander tonight. We'll give you his final line momentarily. But Kreider will come in for the second straight game, and he's going to face the top three in the order for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Here in inning number 6, it'll be DeJesus, Stevenson, and Wilson due up to the plate. So Kern struck out 7 over 5 innings. That was the impressive part, but unfortunately for him, gave up the 2-run home run in the 5th inning to Jovan Rosa that brought the Ducks from a run up to a run down. And unfortunately, his pitch count just got way too high because he had to throw so many extra pitches in innings when allowing lots of runners to reach base with 2 outs in the frame. And that was the toughest part for Kern, so he is done. And we'll see if Long Island can find a way to tie up this game and take Kern off the hook for the loss. Here's Kreider in to face the lefty hitting DeJesus. And the first pitch is a breaking ball in at the knees for a called strike to count 0-1. Kreider last night came in and pitched the 8th inning for the Ducks and threw a 1-2-3 inning, getting 2 flyouts and a ground out to third. Here's the 0-1. Line drive towards the middle and through into center field, a base hit. So leadoff single for DeJesus, who is now 2 for 3 in the game with a run scored and a walk. And the hit parade continues for Southern Maryland. They have 10 hits here in the ball game. Only reason why they don't lead by any more than they do is they have left 8 men on base in this game, including 2 in each of the last 3 innings. A good job by Kern to avoid further trouble in each of those innings, but again, still leaves on the wrong side of a 4-3 score. Here's Casey Stevenson, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. Kreider's first pitch to him is swung and grounded hard but foul down the first baseline. And the count is 0-1. For Bruce Kern, he goes 5 innings tonight, gives up 9 hits and 4 runs, all of which were earned. Walked 3, the most in a start this year for him, and struck out 7. Allowed 1 home run and 1 hit batter in the game. 95 pitches, 60 for strikes. Throw over to first, and back safely there is DeJesus, who on the season has 8 steals in 9 attempts. Kreider comes set, looks to first. And now we'll kick and throw over there just to keep an eye on DeJesus, kind of lob the ball over to first base. The count remains 0-1. Stevenson has grounded to short and grounded to first in his 2 at-bats, but has also driven in a run. The 0-1 takes the fastball just off the outside corner. That evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Great crowd on hand here tonight. And the Ducks hoping to give them something to cheer about after they had scored in the first 2 innings and not scored since. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Good fastball over the inner half of the plate. And the count is now 1-2. Get you the numbers on Kreider momentarily. Left-hander gets the sign from Blank and comes set. The 1-2 on the way to Casey Stevenson. Lefty-lefty matchup. He swings and grounds it foul, first base line. And we'll do it once again at a ball and 2 strikes. For Patrick Kreider, tonight is his 47th appearance of the year. That moves him 1 over Michael Click of the River Sharks for first in the Atlantic League in appearances. 2-1 record, a 2.95 ERA, and he does have 1 save in those 46 appearances entering tonight. Kreider is ready. The runner leads from first, the 1-2. Breaking ball. Nice block at home plate by Blank. The pitch missed down and away. And the count even up at 2-2. Kevin Baez will need at least 4 innings from his bullpen tonight after needing 5 from the bullpen last night. The next Ducks off day doesn't come all the way until the end of the month, August the 31st. So the Ducks bullpen getting taxed a little bit here in this series. And with Ian Marshall on the mound tomorrow, they're going to need him to give them some length. And the Ducks without their long reliever tonight, Billy Buckner. 2-2 from Kreider. Kicks and deals, and Stevenson swings, grounds it to the right side, past the diving try of Gebhardt, a base hit. DeJesus round second, but will hold on there as Lantini fires it back in. Another 2-strike single for the Blue Crabs as Kreider is allowed back-to-back hits to lead off in the 6th. And Southern Maryland with 2 runners on and nobody out to begin the top half of the 6th inning.
First base for number 29, Zach Wilson, number 29.
So that is going to bring Ducks manager Kevin Baez out of the dugout. And after the left-hander faces 2 batters and gives up 2 hits, he's going to look down to his bullpen and he's going to call on a right-hander. So Baez quickly uses one of his relievers. He's got a total of 8 in the bullpen. Check that 7 since Buckner not available. So 1 is done as Kreider is out of the game. A right-hander coming in. Our first pitching change of the night with the Ducks trailing the Blue Crabs 4-3.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Well, Nick Struck is the new pitcher for the Long Island Ducks. A tough start for Bruce Kern. Comes out of the game after 5 innings. Kevin Baez calls on left-hander Patrick Kreider to face the 2 left-handers at the top of the order, DeJesus and Stevenson. And he's unable to get either of them out. A single to center by DeJesus, and then on a 2-2 pitch, a single to right by Casey Stevenson. For Stevenson, his first hit of the game. For DeJesus, his second. And so now Nick Struck is into the ball game. And he's going to have to face the first baseman, Zach Wilson, a right-hander. You've got 3 righties as the next 3 hitters, Wilson, Rosa, and Molina. And Struck came into last night's game and had to face these exact 3 that are due up in the 7th inning and got 2 flyouts and a ground out. So Kevin Baez hoping for more of the same results from Struck here as he comes in with nobody out and 2 on, trying to keep this a 1-run game in the 6th inning. And here is Zach Wilson to the plate, batting from the right side for the Blue Crabs. Shucks looks in for the sign from Blank and now comes set. First pitch on the way, and the fastball misses low and outside for ball one. Wilson a single to left in the first inning, a strikeout in the third, a walk and a run scored in the fifth. Now 1-0 upcoming from the right-hander. Kicks and deals, and Wilson fouls this one over the screen back behind home plate. Caroms off the facing of the club level and back down below to section 104. Caught by a fan there, and the count even up at 1-1 on Wilson. DeJesus with good speed leads at second. Stevenson leads at first. Struck's 1-1. Looks to second, deals to the plate, and Wilson takes a breaking ball inside that missed. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitchers too many times in this game have been falling behind in counts, which has been problem A, and problem B, they've had trouble putting guys away at times with 2 strikes, despite Kern having 7 strikeouts. Here a fly ball down the right field line by Wilson, tailing into the corner. Long run for Lentini, won't get it, but it'll land foul. One hopping off the bullpen fence, and the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Nick Struck, this is his 38th appearance of the year, 3-3 record, a 2.88 earned run average. So Wilson will step back in from the right side, and he'll face a 2-2 from Struck. Gets the pitch from Blank, comes set at the belt, and is 2-2 to Wilson. Fastball low and away, good backhand scoop out of the dirt by Blank. And runs the count full at 3-2. Another pitch out of the zone would load up the bases with nobody out for Jovan Rosa, who went deep his last time up. So a dangerous pitch up coming here for Struck. Wants to throw one for a strike, but does not want to leave it near the plate. Here's the 3-2. Runners lead from first and second. There they go. The pitch swung on and grounded to short. Lyons charges Fields. His only play is to first, and the throw is in time. So like a sacrifice bunt there for Wilson. A ground out to short retires the batter, but the runners move up to second and third. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Jovan Rosa.
Number 36.
Well, you could do one of 2 things here. You could either pitch to Rosa or intentionally walk him with first base open. Kevin Baez is going to take the former. He's going to pitch to Rosa, who had a 2-run home run the last time he came to the plate. With runners at second and third and 1 out, and the infield drawn in here for Long Island. First pitch on the way, and Rosa swings, grounds one to third, off of the glove of a leaping Puckett. He'll recover, but he'll have no play. It's going to be an infield single. Tough play there for Puckett. Had to try and jump up and grab it, made a full leap, and it just went off the end of his glove. The runners are not able to score, though, or I should say the runner at third, DeJesus, not able to score. Because it was hit right at third, had to make sure that that ball got past Puckett, and instead it hit off the end of his glove and did not carry him far. So it's almost like an intentional walk again, because it loads up the bases with 1 out. Now Gustavo Molina to the plate, who is 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI single. First pitch, Molina takes a fastball low in the dirt from Struck. And the count 1-0. Southern Maryland now with 12 hits in the game. They have doubled up the Ducks in the hit column. They've left 8 on base to this point, and Struck open for the ground ball here to get the slow-footed Molina on a double play. We'll see if he can get it. 1-0. Molina swings, grounds it, back to the mound. Struck fields, throws to second. Lyons touches the bag, 1 on a first double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Nick Struck and the Ducks. He gets the 1-6-3 inning-ending double play and keeps the Blue Crabs off the scoreboard as they strand 2 more. No runs, 3 hits, 2 left for the Blue Crabs to go to the bottom of the 6th. Long Island still down by just a run, 4-3 the score.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Nick Struck gets a clutch 1-6-3 double play after the Blue Crabs on 3 singles load up the bases with 1 out. But Struck induces the 1-6-3 double play off the bat of Gustavo Molina. And we'll see if that is able to fire up the Ducks offense, which got off to a great start with 3 runs and 4 hits over the first 2 innings. Since then, though, just a pair of singles, one that did not leave the infield. And they have been kept off the scoreboard over the last 3 innings. Brian Grenning back to the mound. He has retired 5 in a row. And he will face Sean Burrows, Cody Puckett, and Mike Blank, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters here in the 6th inning. Michael Pollock bringing you all the action. Thank you so much for joining me here on your Saturday night, whether you're tuning in on the Ducks flagship radio station, 103.9 FM, LI News Radio, or online via the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Ducks going for their 5th straight win here tonight. They have won the first 2 games of this series after winning the final 2 games of their set against the Camden River Sharks. They are 4-2 so far through the first 6 games of this 8-game homestand. And here's Sean Burrows to lead off against Brian Grenning. First pitch, and he'll swing and ground it foul up the first baseline. And the count 0-1. Burrows delivered an RBI double to right center in his first at-bat back in the opening inning. Then he singled to right in the 3rd. So a good day for him thus far. 2 for 2 at the plate. Here comes the 0-1 from Grenning. Kicks and deals. Burrows swings, fists one out towards second. Casey Stevenson will gobble it up and throw over to first for the putout. So Burrows retired for the first time tonight. That is the first out of the inning. Burrows with his 2nd multi-hit game as a Duck here tonight. 1 away, and that is going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Cody Puckett.
Lord on the third baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
So with 1 away, Cody Puckett is going to come to the plate. He is batting from the right side. First pitch on the way. And that fastball misses up high and inside, the count of 1-0. Puckett 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI single to center with 2 outs in the first inning. And then bounced out to second to end the 3rd. Here's the 1-0. Grenning deals and Puckett swings, grounds it to the left side. Going to be a tough play over the 3rd baseman's head. Frawley Fields will have no play. And an infield single for Cody Puckett. Tough play there for the shortstop and the 3rd baseman. It was a high Baltimore chop to the left side of the infield. No chance for the 3rd baseman, Sawatsky, to get it. And the shortstop Frawley got it, but by the time he got it, Puckett was about 3/4 of the way down the line already. And so instead of risking an errant throw like he had, or almost had, earlier in the game, he instead will make the smart play to eat it. And now here's Mike Blank to the plate with a runner at first, 1 out. First pitch, and he takes a breaking ball low and inside. And the count goes to 1-0. Blank in the game 0 for 2, a ground out to 3rd and a line out to 3rd in his 2 at-bats. Puckett represents the tying run. The 1-0. And Blank takes a fastball that is in at the knees, a called strike. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. From the stretch, Grunning is set. Long wait now deals, and Blank swings, taps one weakly foul. First base out of the plate. And it's now a 1-ball and 2-strike count here on the Ducks backstop. Blank last night for the Ducks had 1 hit in his 6 at-bats, but the 1 hit won the game for the Ducks with an RBI single to right. Scored Dan Lyons with a winning run. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, high drive, deep left center field. Going back, Jovan Rosa, warning track, up the wall, and you can forget it. A 2-run home run over the left center field wall for Mike Blank. The fireworks go off for his 7th home run of the season, and the Ducks jump back in front in the 6th. They go ahead 5-4. And that has got this past capacity crowd on their feet. A breaking ball out over the plate. Blank went down and got it, and bullet shot over the left center field wall in front of the scoreboard. Home run number 7 for Blank, his 32nd and 33rd runs batted in of the year. And in this game of leapfrog, the Ducks have jumped back ahead by a run. They go in front 5-4. And Bruce Kern is off the schneid. He will not get the loss here tonight. So Blank goes deep for Long Island, and now Anthony Vega to the plate for the Ducks, and he crushes one deep down the right field line, but it's going to hook foul. It had the distance, but just a bit out in front of it, and hits it foul into the bullpen. A giant O let up from the crowd after he hit that one, and just missing his 2nd home run of this series. Count 0-1 on Vega, who has singled twice in his 2 at-bats tonight, 1 to center, 1 to short. Here's the 0-1. Vega swings and rips one towards first. Tough hop, and it goes right through the legs of the first baseman Wilson. And on safely at first is Anthony Vega. Well, that was hit right at Wilson. It wasn't the easiest of hops, but hit right at him and unable to block the ball, and it went right through the wickets. So Vega will reach on the error by the first baseman Wilson. It's his 2nd error of the game and 10th of the season. And we're going to get a pinch hitter here for the Ducks, with the fact that the pitcher spot is due up in the order next. And with the fact that Struck is not going to stay in the game, Nelfi Zapata is going to come up to the plate. And with that, the acting manager for the Blue Crabs, Jeremy Owens, has come out of the dugout, and I think he's going to make a pitching change here in the 6th inning. And he's going to take the ball from Brian Grunning. That is going to be the end of his night. So Grunning's start comes to an end here in the 6th. He has served up a 2-run home run to Mike Blank. Vegas just reached on an error. And a new pitcher coming in to face the pinch hitter, Nelfi Zapata, after this here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Well, a familiar face has come on to pitch for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. That is former Long Island Ducks pitcher Sergio Perez. He has taken over here in inning number 6 for Brian Grunning, who has allowed the last 3 batters to reach after getting the first out. An infield single for Cody Puckett, then the 2-run home run to left center for Mike Blank has put the Ducks on top 5-4. Anthony Vega then reached on a ground ball to first and went right through the legs of Zach Wilson at first. And after the error, Kevin Baez calls on Nelfi Zapata to pinch hit in the 8th spot of the order for the pitcher. And so with Zapata coming to the plate, Jeremy Owens, the acting manager for the Blue Crabs after Stan Clyburn got ejected in the 5th inning, has come out of the dugout and called on right-hander Sergio Perez to pitch. So Perez will come on and take the mound for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. With the runner at first and 1 away, it'll be the first time the Ducks see Sergio Perez as an opponent this year. And we'll get to the final line on Grenning once it becomes final. He goes 5 1/3 innings tonight and gives up 8 hits, but still responsible for the runner at first base. And Sergio Perez now into the game for the Blue Crabs to face Zapata. Perez started the year with the Ducks as a starter, spent some time both as a starter and a reliever, and then got hurt, went back home, and now that he's healthy, he is pitching for the Blue Crabs. First pitch to Zapata, fouled off first base side, and the count goes to 0-1. Zapata had started the last 2 games as the catcher for Long Island. Kevin Baez admiring the work he's done behind the plate, and he's notoriously been known as a better defensive player than an offensive player, but really commended him today for the work he's done behind the plate, calling games, framing pitches, blocking balls down in the dirt. The 0-1, and that breaking ball just catches a piece of the corner for a strike, and the count quickly at 0-2. Zapata at the plate in his first 2 games as a Duck, 1 for 6, had an RBI single last night, also drew a walk, and laid down a sacrifice bunt. So Perez ahead in the count, 0-2 as he dangles that right arm looking in for the sign. Now gets the pitch he likes, will step off actually, and we'll go through the signs again. For Perez, this is his 7th appearance out of the bullpen for Southern Maryland. Ready to go. And now the 0-2 to Zapata. Kicks and fires, pitch out, and it misses up high for a ball. The count goes to 1-2. Kevin Baez has already used Zapata, which means the only player on his bench left is Carlos Hughes. Probably saving Hughes for the next time that the pitcher spot comes up at the order. Here's the 1-2. Kick in the pitch. Zapata, check swing. They appeal the first, and Frank Urilli, the first base umpire, says he did not go around, so the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. Perez from the stretch, turns, throws over to first. Vega back safely. Vega has a stolen base already in the game tonight. He stole second in the 4th and has now got 10 steals in 12 attempts this year. 5 of those 10 steals have come with the Ducks. He's got 5 steals and 1 caught stealing with each team this year. 2-2 on the way from Perez, and now time called at home plate by the catcher Molina. Ducks have scored twice here in the bottom of the 6th on the 2-run home run from Mike Blank to left center. By the way, that was the 69th home run of the season for the Ducks. If they hit 100, they will meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge, and Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Runner goes 2-2, singled through the right side by Zapata. Perfectly executed hit and run. Vega will go to third, and the Ducks set up with runners at the corners and only 1 out. Perfect piece of hitting by Nelfi Zapata. With the runner going to second, Vega draws the second baseman, Casey Stevenson, to go cover second base. And Zapata got jammed, but he fisted one out through the right side. And with Vega's speed, easily able to go from first to third on the play. So runners now at first and third with 1 out as the Ducks try and add to their 1-run lead. And up to the plate steps the second baseman Ryan Gebhardt. who will bat from the right side. 0 for 1 with a sac fly and a pop out to second in this game. And this is Duck's debut tonight. First pitch on the way. And Gebhardt pops a fly ball in the air to right field. Should be deep enough to get the run home. Wagner back. He will make the catch. Tagging from third, Vega here is coming home. The throw is going to be cut off by Wilson. Second sac fly and RBI of the game for Ryan Gebhardt. And the Ducks had a run. They lead it 6-4 in the 6th. Well, Gebhardt does not have a hit yet, and this is Duck's debut, but he's had 2 productive at-bats, or I should say plate appearances so far. A sac fly to center in the 2nd that scored Vega, and now a sac fly to right in the 6th that scores Vega. Both times Vega has scored, the run is unearned, and with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Phelan Lentini. So that will end the line for Brian Grenning. 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which were earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts. Gave up the 1 home run to Mike Blank. Threw 75 pitches, 54 for strikes. So now with a runner at first, 2 away, up steps Lentini to face Sergio Perez. These 2 were teammates a year ago with the Ducks. First pitch to Perez, and Lentini swings and misses for strike 1. Earlier this year, Perez made 6 appearances, 2 starts with the Ducks, and had a 0.77 ERA, allowing just 1 run over 11 2/3 innings. But was dealing with an oblique strain during the season and ended up missing some time, and then after coming back, suffered the injury again. And after a long layoff, is back now but signed by the Blue Crabs after the Ducks had released him. No record, a 2.89 ERA, and 6 appearances out of the bullpen so far for Southern Maryland. Given up a single and a sac fly thus far. Now with 2 away, here's the 0-1 to Lentini. Zapata takes his lead at first. Perez gets the sign and comes set. Kicking the pitch, and Lentini swings and misses at the breaking ball for strike 2, and the count 0-2. So Perez 1 strike away from ending this inning. Teams have combined for 10 runs on 21 hits in the ball game. And the Ducks with 3 hits and 3 runs in this inning. Taking the lead back from the Blue Crabs, they go in front 6-4. See if Lentini can keep the inning alive. Perez gets the sign from Molina. It's 0-2 on the way, and Lentini takes just inside for a ball. That'll run the count to 1-2. Packed house here at Bethpage Ballpark, being treated to another good one here tonight. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a tapper foul way out in front of it, Lentini. Just caught enough to stay alive. So we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lentini is 0 for 3 in this game, bouncing to second in the first, to first in the second. Kind of an odd conundrum there, and then he flew out to right in the 5th. Lentini, Cleary Jr., and Gebhardt, the only Ducks without hits tonight. And the 1-2, fly ball left center field. To his right goes Anton DeJesus, and in the left center field gap, he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. Not before the Ducks send 7 men to the plate. They get 3 runs on 3 hits and an error, and they leave 1 on base. We have played 6. Ducks are back in front by a count of 6-4 over the Blue Crabs.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. To the 7th inning we go, with the Ducks now in front of the Blue Crabs by a count of 7-4. And a new pitcher is in for Long Island, their third reliever of the night, and that is J.C. Romero. As Romero will take over for Nick Struck, who came in after Patrick Kreider gave up back-to-back singles to start off in the 6th inning. And Struck was able to get a ground out to short from Wilson before Jovan Rosa reached on the infield single to third that loaded the bases for Gustavo Molina, who hit into the 1-6-3 double play.
Long Island Ducks manager Kevin Baez has made a sneaky call to the bullpen.
So into the game now is J.C. Romero.
That call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Sleepy.
And Romero is going to face Maddox, Frawley, and Wagner here in the 7th inning. So for Kreider, no innings pitched. Faced 2 batters, gave up 2 hits, but no runs, walks, or strikeouts. And then Nick Struck 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts.
Batting for the Blue Crabs in the top half of the 7th inning, designated hitter number 8, Craig Maddox. Number 8.
So Craig Maddox will now come up to the plate. And the first pitch on the way from Maddox. To J.C. Romero. And that breaking ball is in for a called strike. The count goes to 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup to start off. And the 0-1 fouled off down the left field line. And quickly ahead of Maddox. 0-2. Is the left-hander J.C. Romero. Left-hander comes set, the 0-2. And Maddox takes a curveball on the outside corner, strike 3. 1-2-3 on 3 pitches. Down goes Maddox. Third time he has struck out tonight. That's the 8th strikeout for Ducks pitching, and the first one that has been looking. And that is the first out. Romero pitched in last night's game as well for the Ducks. Came in the 6th inning after Blevins was taken out after 5 innings. Got a strikeout of Zawatsky. Got Lewis on a bunt attempt to ground out back to the mound. And then Stevenson a ground out to short. Here's Frawley. He takes the breaking ball inside. The count goes to 1-0. Frawley is 1 for 3 in the game. He singled to right back in the 5th inning. Since then has struck out swinging he struck out swinging in his first at bat and flew out to left in his second. The 1-0 from Romero, and Frawley takes a fastball here just below the knees. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Romero, as a member of the Ducks, 18 appearances, 0-1 record, a 1.53 ERA out of the bullpen. Doesn't strike out a ton, but he has done a great job on the mound for Long Island. And here trying to protect a 6-4 lead in the 7th. 2-0. High drive deep left by Frawley. Going back is Vega. Warning track at the wall, and you can forget it. A solo home run to left for Casey Frawley. And for the shortstop, it's his 8th home run of the season, and Southern Maryland is back within 1 at 6-5. Hanging breaking ball that time over the plate by Romero, and Frawley did not miss. 8th homer, 33rd run batted in of the season. And Southern Maryland with a run here in the 7th has made it a 1-run game again at 6-5. Second home run of the ball game for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, their 70th home run of the season. First pitch on the way. And that fastball is taken for a called strike. The count 0-1. Bethpage Ballpark has been somewhat of a homer haven this year. It's a fairly neutral ballpark, but the Ducks have 68 home runs this year. 69 home runs this year. 43 of their 69 have come here at home. The 0-1, breaking ball misses outside, and the count 1-1. Opponents have hit 74 home runs against the Ducks this year, and 42 of the 74 have come here on Long Island. So both the Ducks and their opponents hitting more home runs at this ballpark than on the road. The 1-1, fisted out in the air to shallow left. Anthony Vega moving over into the left center field gap will make the catch. And Wagner retired for the first time tonight. He had 2 singles and a hit by pitch in his first 3 plate appearances. But here retired on the fly out to left, and with 2 away, that'll bring up the third baseman, Grant Zawatsky.
Third baseman, number 7, Grant Zawatsky, number 7.
Now the key here is going to be getting out of this inning with the Ducks still ahead by a run. First pitch to Zawatsky, swings at the breaking ball, misses down and in. Good changeup from the left-hander Romero. The count 0-1. Entering tonight, Romero has thrown 17 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 8 walks to 8 strikeouts. That home run by Frawley, the second that Romero has given up this season. The 0-1, fastball missed up out of the zone. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the other he allowed was down in Sugar Land, Texas, a solo home run to Delwyn Young. 1-1. Changeup misses low and outside. It's now 2 balls and a strike on Zawatsky. Singled in his last at-bat, a base hit to left, and Frawley tried to score from second on it, but was thrown out at home plate by Anthony Vega, the left fielder. 6-5 Ducks, top of the 7th. 2-1 from Romero. Kicks and deals. Zawatsky swings and misses. Good hard fastball that time from the left-hander. That evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 home runs in the game. 2 for the Blue Crabs, 1 for the Ducks, but it is Long Island ahead by 1. And the 2-2 pitch from Romero to Zawatsky. Comes set, kicks and fires, and Zawatsky swings and fouls it back over the screen behind home plate. Up and out of play, the count remains 2-2. Teams have now combined for 22 hits and 11 runs. Second straight day the offenses have taken center stage. 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. A nice breaking ball. Diving down and away, 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Romero avoids any further trouble. Southern Maryland, though, pulls within a run. They get a run on a hit, the solo home run by Casey Frawley. However, for the first time in this game, they do not leave a runner on base. And at the 7th inning stretch, the Ducks lead it 6-5 over the Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Long Island Ducks still in front by a run despite the home run from Casey Frawley. The Ducks with a 6-5 lead. New pitcher is in for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It is left-hander Wade Corpy. Will give you his final line, or his line, on the season in a moment. First, though, 5 seconds for station identification here on LI News Radio.
That call to the bullpen brought to you by Sleepy's. Remember, when your day is over and you want that comfortable night's sleep, make sure you look.
So the Ducks with 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors in this game. They've left 4 on base. For the Blue Crabs, 5 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. They have left 10 to this point. And Sergio Perez came into the game last inning, faced 3 batters, got 2 of them out. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks or strikeouts either, as the run he allowed was on the sac fly, but that one charged to the starter Grenning. First pitch to Delta Cleary Jr., and he takes low and inside for ball number 1. So Corpy into the game, facing Cleary Jr., who was 0 for 3 on the night. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball's in for a strike to even up the count. For Wade Corpy, this is his 24th appearance of the year. He has 6 starts and is 3-3 with a 5.84 ERA. 1-1. Breaking ball, grounded up the third baseline foul. Count 1-2. You had a switch hitter, a righty, and a lefty due up in the inning. Cleary Jr. the switch, Lyons the righty, and Burrows the lefty. Count 1-2 on Cleary Jr., who has struck out swinging twice and flown out to left. 1-2. High fly ball down the left field line. Long run over for Jovan Rosa into the corner, and he makes the running catch to retire Cleary Jr. for the first out. Good running grab there for Rosa. Second time that he has had to go a long way to catch a ball off the bat of Cleary Jr., but he makes the grab, and that is the first out. 2 innings ago, Cleary Jr. had a shallow fly ball to left, and Rosa had to run a long way in, but made the catch in shallow left. So 1 out, base is empty. Here is Dan Lyons, who is 1 for 3 with a run scored on the night. He'll step in and bat from the right side, and the first pitch on the way from Corpy is a changeup over the outside corner for strike 1. Corpy has pitched 49 in the 3rd innings this year, entering tonight, has given up 69 hits, 33 runs, 32 of them earned, 21 walks to 36 strikeouts. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Another good breaking ball, and Lyons out in front. And the count goes to 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Kick and the pitch, and the breaking ball misses low and inside. Ball and 2 strikes now on Lyons, who singled through the left side with 2 outs in the first to start a 2-run rally for the Ducks. 1-2, fisted out in the air to right field. Over is the right fielder Wagner on the run. He can't get it. It drops in, and it's going to get by him and go all the way to the wall. Lyons off to the races. He rounds second and heads for third. Kevin Baez waving him around third. Now he's going to stop him. Oh, the fans wanted him to go around third and try for the inside the Parker. But by the time he hit third, the throw had come into the second baseman Stevenson. So for Dan Lyons, he'll settle for the 1-out triple to right field. 10th hit of the ball game for the Ducks, and they've got a runner at third with only 1 out. And for Lyons, his 6th triple of the year. A good effort there from the right fielder Wagner, chasing after it. Thought about going into the dive, elected not to, and he ended up trying to play it on the short hop, but it got past him. And so Lyons with his 6th triple of the season, 35th extra base hit, and he is at third with 1 out as the Ducks try and get the run back that they gave up in the top half of the inning. Here's Sean Burrows to the plate with the infield in. First pitch, and he will take low and inside, had to back his feet out of the way of it, and scampered off to the third base side of the plate. They count 1-0. Burrows with a 2 for 3 night thus far, an RBI double and a run scored back in the opening inning, a single through the right side in the third, and a ground out to second in the 6th. So all 3 times he's hit the ball to the right side. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Corpy. The 1-0, and he will take low in the dirt again. A good block at home plate by Molina. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Since joining the Ducks, Burrows is hitting very well against left-handers, entering tonight 3 for 5 with a home run, a run batted in, and 2 runs scored against lefties. And hit lefties fairly well up in Bridgeport. The 2-0, Line drive, left center field, well hit. Going back, Anton DeJesus into the gap in left center. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Lyons. He will score easily. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Sean Burrows, the third sac fly of the game for the Ducks. And they get the 2-run advantage back and go in front 7-5. Give credit where credit is due. Anton DeJesus had to go a long way to catch that ball in left center, and he was shaded over towards right center for the lefty hitting Burrows. And had to go a long way to get to it, but he did. Got the second out of the inning, but no chance to get Lyons coming home from third. And so the sac fly has given the Ducks their 7th run of the night, and they go ahead by 2 once again. And up to the plate steps Cody Puckett, who will bat from the right side. First pitch to Puckett is a breaking ball for a called strike over the outside corner. The count goes to 0-1. Oh, 1. Misses up and outside for a ball, and it'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One on the way from Corpy, and Puckett takes off the outside edge for a ball. Puckett reached on an infield single in the 6th inning and scored a run. Grounded to second in the 3rd, and then back in the 1st, an RBI single to center. 2-1. Fouled right back to the screen behind home plate, and the count 2-2. This after Puckett had 3 hits last night in 5 at-bats with an RBI and a run scored, and last night picked up double number 17 on the year. Here comes the 2-2. Kicking the pitch, and Puckett takes the breaking ball low and inside. That'll run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff. Low and inside, ball 4. Puckett draws the walk. And that is the first walk drawn by Ducks batters in this game. That is the Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So for the 3rd time in this game, Cody Puckett has reached base.
Look at the Ducks catcher number 9, Mike Blank, number 9.
And with 2 outs, Mike Blank will step up to the plate. Blank had put the Ducks back in front last inning after they were down by a run. 2-run home run to left. And here he takes a breaking ball low and inside for ball 1. The homer was his 7th of the season. And can hit another 2-run home run here with a runner at first. And 2 away. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Big hack there from Blank. So that keeps the count even now at 1-1. Getting the sign is Corpy. He deals, and Blank takes way up and outside for ball number 2. Both teams with double-digit hits. Southern Maryland 13, the Ducks 10, but Long Island has the lead 7-5. You see Kevin Baez plays the 8th and 9th innings. The 2-1. Blank swings, ground ball to third. Gobbled up there by Zawoski. His only play is going to be to first, and it is in time for the out. That'll retire the side in the 7th. Ducks don't get the run back. A run on a hit. And the sac fly from Sean Burrows. No errors. They leave 1. We go to the 8th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks 7, Blue Crabs 5.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Ducks fans chill out all summer long with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee available at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. You can visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or check out their cafes out in the Hamptons. Well, the Long Island Ducks, courtesy of the sac fly from Sean Burrows, have their 2-run lead back, as it is a 7-5 ball game. And up to the plate will step Anton DeJesus to lead off against left-hander Donnie Veal, who will pitch for the second straight night. Kreider, Struck, Romero, and Veal all pitching for the second game in a row. And you have to think if everything stays the same, Kevin Myers goes with Veal here in the 8th, Diaz in the 9th. And it'll be DeJesus to lead off, followed by Stevenson and Wilson. On top of the order has done a bit of damage in this game for Southern Maryland, but we'll see if Veal can rebound after giving up the tying run in the 9th inning last night to force extra innings. Here is DeJesus to start, and the first pitch from Veal. Fastball is over the inside corner for strike one. DeJesus 2 for 3 in the game, had a triple in the first and scored that inning, and a single in his last at-bat in the 6th. Also grounded to short in the 3rd and walked in the 4th. The 0-1 from Veal. And DeJesus swings, grounds it right back to the mound, goes off the glove of Veal. He recovers, throws to first, not in time. They say that DeJesus is safe, and on the error by Veal, the leadoff man is on. That was a one-hopper right back to the mound, and Veal just missed it. And going right to his glove, and he missed snaring it in the glove. And Veal with the first error for the Ducks in the game has put DeJesus on to start the inning. Kevin Baez came out for a quick chat with Frank Urilli, the first base umpire. And now he'll head back to the dugout. It didn't even look like that hard of a one-hopper back to Veal, and he falls off to the third base side of the mound, which is exactly where that ball went. And just flat out missed it with the glove. It just hit off the glove and couldn't recover in time to get the speedy DeJesus. First pitch here to Casey Stevenson. He'll swing and hit a fly ball to left center. Delta Cleary Jr. racing in. Shallow left center. Anthony Vega, the left fielder, cuts in front and makes the catch. That looked like that was going to fall in no man's land there in left center, as Cleary Jr. had to go a long way. He was shaded to right center. But Anthony Vega, using his good speed, got over there to make the catch.
Number 29.
That's a big reason why the Ducks went and got Vega back from Southern Maryland. He possesses good speed there in the outfield. Not the same type of speed as, or has a better speed than what Steve McQuail had when he was in left field, or Brian Sabatella when he was out there. Since the Ducks got Lantini, the Ducks have good outfielders now, 3 good outfielders, all with speed. First pitch here to Zach Wilson from Veal, and the fastball is in for a strike. The count 0-1, so 1 on, 1 out for Wilson, who was 1 for 3 in the game with a walk and a run scored. Singled in his first at bat back in the first inning, struck out in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 5th, and grounded to short in the 6th. Here comes Veal's 0-1. Lefty kicks and fires, and this is hit high in the air, deep to left center field. Delta Cleary Jr. going back to the warning track. He looks up, and it's off the wall. Around third, coming in to score is DeJesus. Stopping at second with the RBI double is Zach Wilson. And the Blue Crabs have scored again here in the 8th inning against Donnie Veal. The RBI double from Wilson has made it a 1-run game once again at 7-6. And the tying run is now at second base with 1 out for Jovan Rosa. Donnie Veal has a good fastball, but he has struggled now 2 days in a row. Yesterday, gave up a single and a walk in his inning of work, and then allowed a wild pitch that scored the tying run with 2 outs in the 9th. And here makes the error on the leadoff batter of the inning. And DeJesus on the grounder back to the mound. Otherwise, that double would have proved no harm, no foul. And now Marty Jansen's going to come out of the dugout to try and settle down his left-hander. And And then after the flyout, serves out the double to Zach Wilson. So it's an unearned run. Both runs that Vila have given up have been unearned, but they are runs regardless. And when you're trying to protect a small lead, cannot afford to give up runs. And it's a good thing the Ducks had scored the run in the bottom half of the 7th inning to get the 2-run lead back. Otherwise, that would have tied the game, and now he's got to find a way to get out of trouble here in the 8th. With the runner at second and 1 away. Well, again, Bruce Kern only gave the Ducks 5 innings tonight. Veal is the 4th reliever to pitch, and Kevin Byes needs at least 4 innings out of his relievers last night tonight after having to get 5 out of the bullpen last night. So here is Rosa to the plate from the left side with a runner at second base. And only 1 out. Veal's first pitch to Rosa is a fastball low and outside for ball 1. Well, last time with first base open, Rosa reached on an infield single to third. The Ducks did not intentionally walk him, but on the infield single, the runner from third couldn't score it, and it ended up benefiting the Ducks because Molina grounded into the double play. First base open again here, but you won't intentionally walk him because that would put the go-ahead run on base. The 1-0. And Rosa takes a fastball inside. It gets away from the catcher, Blanken, back to the backstop, and on another wild pitch from Donnie Veal, going down to third base, is going to be Zach Wilson. Veal throws a very hard fastball. Mike Blank said after the game he can throw the fastball up at 98. I don't know if it's exactly 98, but it is in the high 90s. The problem is when you're a catcher, if he throws the ball down in the dirt, there's no way that you're going to be able to block it. Kevin Byes has seen enough of Donnie Veal. He's going to go to his bullpen. And Donnie Veal, who earlier this season was in the major leagues with the Atlanta Braves, having a lot of control issues here over these last 2 games. So Byes is going to take the ball from Donnie Veal. And we'll see who he goes to in his bullpen. Either way, the tying run is now at third with only 1 out. Kevin Byes is going to have to call on another reliever here in the game. Pitching change at Bethpage Ballpark with the Ducks clinging to a 1-run lead.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, we are here in the top of the 8th inning in what has been another wild one between these two teams. And Southern Maryland has gotten another run here in the 8th inning on the RBI double from Zach Wilson after Donnie Veal misplayed a ball to start the inning and committed the error that allowed DeJesus to reach base. And after getting a fly out, Wilson with the double into the left center field gap is able to score DeJesus from first. And now with the infield in all the way around and 1 out with Jovan Rosa at the plate, Donnie Veal uncorks 2 balls, the last of which went back behind the plate and allowed the tying run to move to third. And so with a 2-0 count, Kevin Bias saw enough of Veal, brings in the right-hander Ryan Cushmall to face the righty Rosa. And the 2-0 pitch up coming from Cushmall. Kicks and fires, and this fastball hits the outside corner for a called strike at the count 2-1. Rosa in this game is 3 for 4, had a 2-run home run in the 5th that put Southern Maryland in front. He has 2 singles around that 2-run home run. Here's the 2-1 from Cushmall, set at the belt, kicks and fires, and this fastball fouled back to the screen behind home plate to even up the count at 2-2. Cushmall came in and pitched in the 10th inning last night, gave up a single and a walk to start the inning, and after a sac bunt moved the runners over, intentionally walked Anton DeJesus, and they got a 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Grant Sawatsky to end the inning. The Ducks scored in the bottom half of the 10th to win it, and Cushmall picked up his 4th win of the year. 2-2 to Rosa. Cushmall kicks and fires, and Rosa swings and fouls it off again. First base side out of play. So we'll do it once again at 2-2. This has been a back and forth game. The Ducks went down 1-0, took a 3-1 lead, fell behind 4-3, went back in front 5-4. I checked that 6-4. Southern Maryland made it 6-5. Ducks made it 7-5. Now it's 7-6. 2-2. Fastball misses up and away to Rosa. The count is now full at 3-2. First base is open, so a walk here would put runners at the corners with 1 out for Molina, who grounded it to the double play his last time up. Here comes the payoff pitch to Rosa. Cushmall is set. The 3-2. And Rosa swings and misses strike 3. Blew the fastball by him over the outside corner. Big strikeout for Ryan Cushmall as he sets down the hard-hitting Jovan Rosa. Second time he has struck out in this game, and with 2 away, that'll leave it up to the catcher, Gustavo Molina.
Catcher number 23, Gustavo Molina. Number 23.
So here is Molina, who is 1 for 4 in the game with an RBI single that came back in the 3rd inning. Last time up, hit into an inning-ending double play. With 2 outs, the infield moves back. And the first pitch from Cushmall to Molina is on the way, and the fastball is fouled over the screen back behind home plate. And the count 0-1. For Ryan Cushmall, this is his 44th appearance of the year. Earlier this season was the closer for the Ducks and had 25 saves. Cushmall gets the sign he likes from Blank. The 0-1 on the way to Molina. Kicks and fires, and he will swing and foul it back to the screen again. And the count quickly 0-2 in favor of Ducks right-handed pitcher Ryan Cushmall. Crowd tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark of 7,298, the second largest crowd of the season. And they've had great energy all night long. A tense moment here. Runner at third, 2 out in a 1-run game. Here comes an 0-2 from Cushmall to Molina. Kick and the pitch, and Molina swings and misses for strike 3, and Ryan Cushmall leads the tying run at third base. What a job by Ducks right-handed pitcher Ryan Cushmall. Came on after Veal threw the wild pitch, then moved the tying run to third. He strikes out Rosa after coming in with a 2-0 count, and then strikes out Molina to keep the Ducks in front by a run. Southern Maryland ends up getting a run on a hit and an error in the inning. They leave 1 on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Ducks still in front by a count of 7-6.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver Shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Ryan Cushmall works some magic, gets 2 big strikeouts, one of Rosa and one of Molina, with the tying run at third and only 1 out. He gets out of the jam, and the Ducks still lead by a run, 7-6 to score. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Wade Corpy will stay in, and Anthony Vega will lead off for the Ducks. Then the pitcher spot in the order coming up, which currently is Ryan Cushmall's spot. And Kevin Baez, I'm sure, is warming up. Amalio Diaz, the closer, in the bullpen. And out in the on-deck circle right now is John Brownell. Ducks starting pitcher John Brownell is in the on-deck circle. He is going to pinch hit. First has a breaking ball that misses low and outside for ball 1. And so Kevin Baez electing to have Brownell as the pinch hitter in this inning. The 1-0. And Vegas swings and misses at the breaking ball for a strike. And the count is even up at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball down the left field line, foul and out of play. So the count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low and outside. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Vega swings. Hits a hard ground ball to second. It gets past Stevenson and goes into right center field. That will allow Vega to reach. It was a hard hit baseball, but Stevenson should have come up with it and could not do so. So it goes under his glove and error. Second time that Vega has reached on an error. And so Vega is on at first with nobody out, and that'll bring John Brownell up to the plate as the pinch hitter here in the 8th inning. First pitch coming up. Throw over to first, chasing him back to the bag. I think Brownell's going to try and sacrifice Vega over to second base. First pitch, he does square and bunts it up the first baseline. It'll go foul. And so the count is even up now. The count now is 0-1. From the stretch, the 0-1, Brownell squares to bunt and bunts right through it. And the count quickly goes to 0-2. Swing and a miss here by Brownell. That is strike 3. So Brownell fouls off the bunt, bunts through it, and then swings and misses for strike 3 in his pinch hit appearance. So it's 1 out in the inning, a runner at first.
Long Island second baseman, number 11, Ryan Gebhardt, number 11.
So Brownell down on strikes in his first at-bat in a Ducks uniform. And with 1 away, that is going to bring up Ryan Gebhardt, who has had a nice debut for Long Island. 2 sac flies in the game, and here he swings and fouls one over the screen back behind the plate. The count 0-1. Earlier this year, Gebhardt spent time with the Diamondbacks organization, played at Single A Kane County High A Visalia under manager J.R. House, the former Duck, and then a Double A Mobile. And combined hit .254 with no homers and 20 runs batted in. Throw over to first, chases Vega back. 27 runs, 10 doubles, and 2 triples there as well. And then got released. The Ducks signing him today. He can play second, third, and short. And taking the infield role with Davis's injury. He and Carlos Hughes, middle infielders on the roster, along with Dan Lyons. Cody Puckett can also play second. The 0-1. Gebhardt lays off the high pitch, throw it back to first. Vega is back in there safely. So the count is even up at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with a runner at first. Vega, he has 1 steal in the game already. That was back in the 4th. Vega has technically been on base all 4 times he's come to the plate. And a throw over to first, back safely. Vega had singled and scored in the 2nd, reached on an infield single in the 4th, and reached on the error by the first baseman Wilson in the 6th inning on a ball that went through his legs, and then in the 8th inning here, a 1-hopper to second that went off the glove of Stevenson and into right center field. Throw over to first again, another snap throw there by Corpy. He wants to keep him close, doesn't want him to get into scoring position. In Vega, the Ducks trying to get an insurance run here in the bottom of the 8th after Southern Maryland scored in the top half of the inning. I think again, Amalio Diaz warming in the bullpen. 1-1, and this is weakly hit on the ground foul, first base side. And the count goes to 1-2. Aside from the 2 sac flies for Gebhardt, he also popped out to second back in the 4th inning. Sac fly to center in the 2nd, the sac fly to right in the 6th, both times scoring Vega. So it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch upcoming. Corpy comes set, kicks and fires, and Gebhardt hits a fly ball in the air down the right field line. Over towards the line is Wagner to make the catch. Vega will retreat to first base. And that is the 2nd out of the 8th inning. That will leave it up to the leadoff hitter in the lineup, Phelan Lentini. So with 2 outs and Lentini coming to the plate, a righty hitter, Jeremy Owens, the acting manager for the Blue Crabs, is going to come out of the dugout and make a call to his bullpen. Wants to call on another relief pitcher here in the game. So he will head to his bullpen and call on a new reliever. Here tonight, the Ducks leading at 7-6, runner at first, 2 out. And a new pitcher coming in to face Phelan Lentini.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers, pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Ducks with a 7-6 lead over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs here in the 3rd game of this 4-game series. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Anthony Vega reached on an error to start the inning. John Brownell then pinch hit in the pitcher's spot of the order and struck out after being unable to sacrifice Vega to second. Ryan Gebhardt then flew out to right for the 2nd out, and now Jeremy Owens, the acting manager for the Blue Crabs, has called on a righty Chris Bodishbaugh to come in and face the righty swinging Phelan Lentini, who was 0 for 4 thus far in the game. And so Lentini will come to the plate with Vega at first and 2 away, and the Ducks trying to add an insurance run in the bottom of the 8th. Again, have to assume that Amalio Diaz will likely come on and pitch the 9th to try and close this one out. And this has been a wild one. The Ducks fell behind 1-0 in the first inning. They answered with 2 in the bottom of the first, 1 in the second, and led 3-1 after 2. Southern Maryland made it a 3-2 game in the third, and then took the lead in the 5th on a Jovan Rosa home run, 4-3. Long Island answered in the bottom of the 6th with 3 runs, including the 2-run home run by Mike Blank. They went in front 6-4, and the teams have traded single runs since. A run in the top of the 7th made it 6-5. The Ducks scored in the bottom of the 7th to make it 7-5. Southern Maryland, a run in the top of the 8th, has made it 7-6, and that's where we stand right now. So here's Phelan Lentini to the plate with Anthony Vega at first base and 2 away. We'll see if Kevin Baez tries to put Vega in motion and get him to second. First pitch coming to Lentini. Bodish ball, waits, fires, and Lentini takes a fastball low and outside, ball 1. Bodish ball pitched here 2 nights ago after signing that day with Southern Maryland through a scoreless inning in the 8th. Gave up just a hit to Cody Puckett. Be a 1-0. Bodish ball, waits, fires, runner goes, pitch is swung on and foul tipped at home plate by Lentini. Just caught a piece. And that'll leave it up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lentini has grounded out twice and flown out twice. Grounded to second in the first and to first in the second, and flew out to right in the 5th and to center in the 6th. Be a 1-1 here to Lentini. The runner at first and 2 men out. From the stretch to 1-1. Bodish ball, kicks and fires, runner bluffs, and the pitch misses way outside for ball number 2. 7,298 packed in here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hoping to celebrate a Ducks win tonight, which will be followed by a Pyrotechnico fireworks extravaganza. 2-1 the count. Bodish ball ready, fires, and Lentini takes a breaking ball that misses the outside corner for ball 3. Another out of the zone would put 2 on with 2 out. Delta Cleary Jr. waiting in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. Now the 3-1. Bodish ball kicks and fires, runner goes, and Lentini fouls this one off back behind the plate. So twice in this bat, Kevin Baez putting the hit and run on, and both times Vega having to return to first on foul balls. So the count 3-2 with 2 outs, which means now Vega will definitely be going on the pitch. So he'll get the head start, which is good news if Lentini can hit a double. Here's the 3-2. Bodish ball, kicks and fires, and Lentini swings and lines one down the left field line. This is going to be a base hit. It's going to head into the corner. Vega's going to round third and come home to score. The throw to second not in time. It's a 2-out RBI double for Phelan Lentini, and the Ducks back in front by 2 at 8-6. Perfect swing from Lentini, and he hits a bullet into the left field corner. And with Vega off on the pitch with a 3-2 count, no chance for them to get him at home plate. For Lentini, his first hit of the game, his 4th double of the year, and his 5th run batted in. And a big insurance run for the Ducks there as they go back in front by 2. And the seesaw affair continues here tonight. That's an unearned run, and that run charged to Corpy, so that ends his line at 2 runs, 1 earned in an inning and 2/3. So now Lentini at second base with 2 out. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. First pitch from Bodish ball to Cleary Jr. upcoming. And he will swing and slash one down the left field line. This will go foul though. And the count 0-1. Like Lentini before that double, Cleary Jr. 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts and 2 flyouts to left on the night. Both of his flyouts to left, good running catches by Jovan Rosa. And Ducks would do well here to get a single from Cleary Jr. and add another insurance run if Lentini can score from second. Here's the 0-1, and Cleary Jr. swings, pops this one up a mile high back behind the plate. Bodish ball check that. Molina sheds the mask and makes the catch. That will end the inning. But the Ducks had another insurance run as Phelan Lentini delivers the 2-out, 2-strike RBI double down the left field line. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error. The Ducks leave 1 on base. We will head to the 9th here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Long Island Ducks leading the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 8-6.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Well, Kevin Baez has called on the closer, Amalio Diaz, as we go to the 9th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks back in front by 2 at 8-6. And Diaz comes on in relief of Ryan Cushmall, who got 2 of the biggest outs in the game, striking out Rosa and Molina with a tying run at 3rd and 1 out in the 8th inning. Kept it a 1-run game in favor of the Ducks. They had another insurance run, and now Amalio Diaz will come on to try and nail down the save. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the order for Southern Maryland. It'll be Craig Maddox, Casey Frawley, and Tyler Wagner, a lefty, a righty, and a switch hitter. And Diaz going for his 7th save of the season. And in a game that has been another wild one after the 7-6 10-inning walk-off win for the Ducks last night, Long Island has overcome 2 deficits here in tonight's game and now leads by 2, and we'll see if they can hang on for the victory here tonight and earn themselves the series win over Southern Maryland. So it'll be Craig Maddox to lead things off for the Blue Crabs. He is 0 for 4. Casey Frawley will follow. He is 2 for 4 with a home run. And then Tyler Wagner as the final hitter. He's 2 for 3 with a hit by pitch. So up to the plate steps the DH Maddox, batting from the left side. 0 for 4, as we mentioned, with 3 strikeouts in the game. Diaz steps up onto the rubber, comes set. And his first pitch of the inning on the way is swung on and lifted down the left field line foul. A fastball from Diaz, the count 0-1. So Diaz with tonight's appearance now at 47. He is tied with teammate Patrick Kreider in appearances in the Atlantic League. Most appearances this season by any pitcher. Here comes the 0-1. Diaz set at the belt, works out of the stretch, kicks and fires, and Maddox takes a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike number 2. Diaz quickly ahead in the count. Teams have combined for 14 runs on 25 hits and 4 errors in tonight's ballgame, 3 of which have come from Southern Maryland. Now the 0-2 to the lefty swinging Maddox. Diaz deals, and Maddox swings, and it's a ground ball to short. Dan Lyons stays with the tough hop. His throw to first is in time for the out. And there's one away here in the top of the 9th inning. Numbers on Amalio Diaz this year. He has again pitched in 46 games entering tonight. 1-2 record, a 1.36 ERA. 31 hits allowed in 46 and a third innings. 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He has walked only 7 batters and has struck out 55 on the season, an incredible ratio. And opponents hitting 190 against him this year. Here's Casey Frawley to the plate from the right side. First pitch on the way. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for strike 1 from Diaz. Frawley hit a home run his last time up in the 7th, a solo blast over the wall and left off of J.C. Romero, a left-hander. Before that, singled in the 5th, flew out to left in the 4th, and struck out in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1 from Diaz. Fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. And the count quickly 0-2 on the Blue Crab shortstop. Ducks seeking their 29th come-from-behind victory this season. And 2nd in a row. 0-2 count in this righty-righty matchup. Diaz gets the sign from Blank. Kicking the pitch on the way, and Frawley will take a fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Frawley thought it was too far outside. He is now in a conversation with Tom Major, the home plate umpire. Has a few words, and now we'll head back to the dugout. So a ground out and a strikeout induced by Amalio Diaz. 2 away. That'll leave it up to Tyler Wagner of the Blue Crabs, the right fielder and 8-hitter for Southern Maryland. So Wagner will bat from the left side. In this game, he is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and has been hit by a pitch once. Diaz from the stretch looks in for the sign from Blank. First pitch on the way, and Wagner swings and fouls it off at the plate. Down into the dirt, the count 0-1. Wagner singled to center in the 2nd, to right in the 4th, was hit by a pitch in the 5th and flew out to left in the 7th, playing tonight out in right field after Fred Lewis came out of the game yesterday with a lower back injury late in the game. Wagner listed on the roster as a catcher, but playing the outfield tonight. Here comes the 0-1 from Diaz. Set at the belt. Kicks and fires, and this swung on and grounded up the third base line. Cody Puckett fields in fair territory, and it will have no play. It'll be an infield single for Tyler Wagner. Off the end of the bat, just kept it fair along the third base line, and so that keeps the 9th inning alive for the Blue Crabs on the infield single from Wagner. And up to the plate will step the third baseman, Grant Zawatsky.
Number 7, Grant Zawatsky. Number 7.
So runner at first, 2 out. Here is Zawatsky to the plate. Not the 15th hit of the game for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Diaz comes set at the belt. His first pitch on the way to Grant Zawatsky. And Zawatsky, a swing and a miss, chasing down in the zone. The count 0-1. Zawatsky is 1 for 4 in the game. His only hit came in the 5th, a single to left field, in which he was denied an RBI thanks to the great throw from Anthony Vega, getting out Frawley at the plate. His 0-1 pitch, and Zawatsky swings and misses at another breaking ball down in the dirt, and the count is 0-2. And Diaz and the Ducks 1 strike away from their 5th win in a row. 7,298 packed in here at Bethpage Ballpark with the 2-strike claps going. Diaz gets the sign. His 0-2 pitch on the way to Zawatsky, and it is a fastball just above the belt for a ball. And the count of 1-2, try to get him to swing through it. Zawatsky didn't chase and took the pitch up high. Wagner will take his lead at first base once again. And Diaz getting set to deal a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to the Blue Crabs' third baseman. Right-hander set to go. Here's the 1-2 on the way, and it is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks win their 5th in a row and their 3rd straight against the Blue Crabs in this series as they take it 8-6 over Southern Maryland. Well, another wild one here at Bethpage Ballpark that saw quite a bit of action, especially from both teams' offenses. But despite allowing 15 hits and trailing twice in the game, the Ducks find a way yet again to win, and they have now won 5 in a row overall. And against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, they have now won 7 straight games dating back to June the 7th. but ultimately 3 straight here in this series and have guaranteed themselves a series win, and they will have the chance at the series sweep tomorrow evening. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show is coming up next. We're going to recap this game and hand out the Player of the Game award. Ducks win it 8-6 over the Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we are back here at Bethpage Ballpark. We're a happy crowd of 7,298, the second largest of the season for the Ducks, only trailing the 74-16 that came here on July the 4th, are about to watch another pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza, and it comes after another thrilling victory for the Long Island Ducks as they take it by a count of 8-6 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. For the Ducks, they improved to 18-17 in the second half, 64-41 overall. And as for the Blue Crabs, they fall to 13-22 here in the half, 55-50 overall this season. And for the Ducks, they have now won 5 straight games, including 8 straight games now over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, dating back, or checking out 7 straight, over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, dating back to their last visit here in June. And a game in which the Ducks fell behind twice. They come back and they win it. Let's recap this one. Southern Maryland took the opening lead in the first inning of the game as Bruce Kern, who did not have his best stuff tonight, gave up a triple to Anton DeJesus to open the game. That after the at-bat was delayed because of a lineup error by Kevin Baez. He had incorrectly listed Sean Burrows as his first baseman and Steve McQuail as the DH on the lineup card that he presented at home plate. Meanwhile, the lineup that he had in mind and the lineup that he had written out in the clubhouse before the game had Ducks first baseman as Steve McQuail and Burrows as the DH. And so with that, the Ducks lose the DH. McQuail has to come out of the game. He is unavailable. And the pitcher now has to bat in the game. So that kind of caused a bit of a conundrum for Kevin Baez, as a couple times in this game he had a pinch hit, one by Zapata and one by Brownell. Either way, after the triple by DeJesus, Casey Stevenson grounded out to score DeJesus. That made it a 1-0 game. But the Ducks answered back with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning against Brian Grenning, the starter for the Blue Crabs, as Dan Lyons singled to left and Sean Burrows followed with an RBI double into the right center field gap. His 31st RBI made it a 1-1 game. Cody Puckett followed with a single to center to keep his hitting streak alive, now at 12 games in a row, and it scored Burrows from second. The Ducks led it 2-1. They would add another run in the second inning as Anthony Vega singled to start off the inning, moved to second on a ground out from Bruce Kern. He had grounded it hard at first. Kern hitting the ball on the ground. Wilson stepped on the bag at first, but his throw to second went into left field, and so on the error, Vega moved to third. And then Ryan Gebhardt in his Ducks debut lifted a sac fly to center to score Vega, and the Ducks had a 3-1 lead. Southern Maryland closed back to within 1 in the third inning when Stevenson walked with 1 out, and then with 2 out in the inning, Rosa and Molina picked up back-to-back singles. Molina's 52nd RBI of the year driving in Stevenson, so the lead was 3-2. Kern would get out of that jam. But in the 5th inning, Southern Maryland would take the lead from the Ducks when Zach Wilson walked to open the inning, and then Jovan Rosa hit a 2-run home run out to left field. His 8th of the year gave the Blue Crabs a 4-3 advantage, but the biggest play of that inning came with 2 outs. After getting 2 outs in a row, Frawley singled to right, Wagner was hit by a pitch, and then Grant Sawatsky singled to left. Frawley tried to score from second on the play, but Anthony Vega threw him out at the plate, and so the lead was just 1 for Southern Maryland. Stan Clyburn would argue and get ejected from the game, but most importantly for the Ducks, the lead was kept at just 1 for Southern Maryland. And that would help because in the bottom half of the 6th inning, after Nick Struck, worked out of a jam that was started by Patrick Kreider in the 6th when he allowed back-to-back singles to open the inning. In the bottom half of the inning, the Ducks put up a 3-spot against Southern Maryland. Grenning stayed in the game with 1 out, gave up an infield single to short to Cody Puckett, and then Mike Blank followed with a 2-run home run over the wall in left center field, his 7th home run of the year, put the Ducks back in front by a count of 5-4. Anthony Vega then reached on an error, and after Sergio Perez was brought into the game by acting manager Jeremy Owens, up to the plate came Nelfi Zapata as a pinch hitter in that pitcher spot of the order, and Zapata hit a ground ball through the right side on a hit and run, perfectly executed, gave the Ducks runners at the corners with 1 out, and then Gebhardt lifted another sac fly, this time to right field to score Vega, and the Ducks had themselves a 6-4 lead after 6 innings of play. It would stay 6-4 till the 7th inning, when right away Southern Maryland got back within a run with 1 out of the inning. Casey Frawley hit a solo home run to left off of J.C. Romero, his 8th of the year, made it a 6-5 ball game. But the Ducks got the run back in the bottom half of the 7th inning against against Wade Corpy, who came in. As with 1 out, Dan Lyons tripled to right center field, and then Sean Burrows followed with a sac fly to center. So the sac fly made it a 7-5 game in favor of the Ducks. And that insurance run was big because in the 8th inning, Donnie Veal came in to start the inning. The first batter, DeJesus, hit a ground ball back to him that he missed. And on the error, the leadoff man was on. A fly out to left for Stevenson followed, but then Veal allowed a double to center field off the bat of Zach Wilson that scored DeJesus and made it a 7-6 game. But then he came up to the plate, came to the mound to face Jovan Rosa with a tying run at second and only 1 out. Fell behind 2-0, and on the second ball threw a wild pitch. And that moved the tying run at third with only 1 out. Kevin Bias saw enough, brought in righty Ryan Cushmal, and he got the 2 biggest outs in the ballgame, striking out Jovan Rosa and striking out Gustavo Molina to keep the Ducks ahead by 1 at 7-6. Long Island would take advantage of another miscue by Southern Maryland in the bottom of the 8th inning, as Corpy allowed Vega to reach on an error by second baseman Casey Stevenson. Got a strikeout and a fly out to follow, but then Owens brought in the righty Chris Bodishbaugh to face the righty Lentini. Lentini worked the count to 3-2, and then with the runner going, doubled into the left field corner. Vega scored it for the 3rd time in the game, racing around from first. The Ducks had an insurance run to go up 8-6. That insurance run wouldn't matter, though, because Amalio Diaz in the 9th inning earned the save, got Maddox on a ground out to short, struck out Casey Frawley, and then after Wagner got an infield single up the third base line, struck out Grant Sawatsky looking to end the game, and the Ducks won it 8-6. Final totals from the game: 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Ducks, who left a total of 6 men on base. For the Blue Crabs, 6 runs on 15 hits, but they do not win. They made 3 errors and left 12 men on base, a big reason why they lost. The winning pitcher is Nick Struck in relief. He improves to 4-3 thanks to his scoreless inning that he pitched in the top of the 6th, in relief of Kreider getting out of that big jam before the Ducks scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th to take a lead that they would never relinquish. Brian Grenning gets the loss. He falls to 3-7, and the save goes to Amalio Diaz, his 7th of the year. The game took 3 hours and 7 minutes in front of a crowd of 7,298 here at Bethpage Ballpark, the 2nd largest of the season. Well, it is time to hand out tonight's Player of the Game award. Lots of candidates that you can give it to. And I think tonight we are going to go with Sean Burrows of the Long Island Ducks. He was 2 for 3 at the plate, drove in 2 runs, scored a run as well, including the sac fly in the 7th inning. That gave the Ducks the 7-6 lead. That ended up proving to be gave the Ducks, a 7-6 game lead, and that would prove to be the winning run, 7-5, at the time. So Burrows will be tonight's Player of the Game for the Ducks in their 8-6 win. We'll take one more break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap things up from Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks winners for the 5th straight time as they take it 8-6 over the Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, this is closing pitcher Ryan Cushmal, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by ClearVision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Another big victory for the Ducks as they take it by a final count of 8-6 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They move back to a game over 500 in the second half, 23 over 500 for the season. And as we start on the out-of-town scoreboard, the biggest thing is they have closed now to within 2 games of first place in the Liberty Division standings here in the second half, thanks to Camden's 9-4 win over the Somerset Patriots at home. Daniel Herrera, the win, improved to 5-4 on the year. Lucas Irvin, a rare rough start for him, falls to 6-6. And Daniel rocketed his 10th home run of the season for Camden, leading the way with 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. And so the Ducks are now 2 games in back of both Somerset and Bridgeport, who are now tied atop the Liberty Division standings. The Ducks right in the thick of things. The reason why Bridgeport is now tied with Somerset, they won it at home tonight, 3-2 over the York Revolution. The winner was Anderson for the Bluefish. He improved to 1-0 on the year. The loser was Matt Neal, who fell to 2-7. And the save to Patrick Mincy, his 22nd of the year. 1 home run in the game. York's Eric Patterson at his 9th of the season. While Bridgeport got RBIs from Wilson Batista and Luis Rodriguez to lead the way in their 3-2 win. And setting up for an exciting final month of the season here in the Atlantic League. The only other out-of-town score in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where they have a hit parade going. The 2 teams, the Barnstormers and the Skeeters, have combined for 16 runs, 31 hits. Lancaster leads it right now, 10-6, bottom of the 8th inning. Chad Beck started for the Barnstormers. Scott Gracie is now in the game. Roy Merritt was the starter for the Skeeters, and Robbie Weinhardt is now pitching. Lancaster being led by Anderson Feliz, who has 4 hits and 5 RBIs for the Stormers. In addition, 4 hits for Lancaster's Derek Piles. And as for the Skeeters, they have 3 hits and 2 RBIs from Delwyn Young to lead the offense. Jeff Dominguez also has 3 hits for the Skeeters. Yankees winners earlier today, 4-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays, second straight win up north of the border. Masahiro Tanaka was the star for New York, a complete game effort as he picks up the win and improves to 9-5 on the year. Marco Estrada, the loss, fell to 10-7. RBIs for the Yankees coming off the bats of Carlos Beltran, his 12th home run of the year. Mark Teixeira hit his 31st home run of the year. He drove in 2, and Jacoby Ellsbury also had an RBI. And at Citi Field, they're in the bottom of the 10th inning. The Mets and the Pirates tied at 3. Mets were down 3-0 on a 2-run home run from Aramis Ramirez, his 12th of the year, and a solo home run from Gregory Polanco, his 7th. But the Mets tied up the score with 3 runs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Juan Uribe hitting his 12th home run, and Michael Conforto with his 2nd of the year. And so the Mets have come back to tie the game, 3-3 the score as they play in the bottom of the 10th at Citi Field. The Red Bulls winners again. They defeat Toronto FC 3-0 at Red Bull Arena tonight. Bradley Wright Phillips scored in the 27th minute, Anthony Wallace in the 65th minute, and Gonzalo Verón, his first goal in stoppage time for the Red Bulls. And New York Red Bulls 3-0 winners over Toronto FC. And at the PGA Championship, Jason Day is atop the leaderboard right now, 15 under par. He is 2 strokes ahead of American Jordan Spieth, who is 13 back. Well, this series will conclude tomorrow. It's going to be a special day at Bethpage Ballpark. Long Island will go for the series sweep and send righty Ian Marshall to the mound, who is 5-6 with a 3.31 ERA. He will oppose lefty Brian Burris, who is 6-7 with a 4.01 ERA and has missed 3 starts in a row with a forearm strain, so we'll see how he responds. But the bigger focus tomorrow will, of course, be on the pregame festivities when Ray Navarrete becomes the second Ducks player ever to have his jersey number retired. His 16 never to be worn again. It should be a special day at Bethpage Ballpark. We're going to start the pregame show early tomorrow at 4:40 p.m. and have the entire ceremony televised on our official YouTube channel. Should be a great ceremony with Navarrete speaking to the crowd, his jersey number being retired, some video highlights of Navarete's career, some testimonials from those who were closest to Navarrete while he was here and some family members. It should really be a very special day here at Bethpage Ballpark. And for Ducks fans who had the pleasure of watching Navarrete play for 8 seasons here with Long Island, I had the pleasure of watching him play for 4 years. He was just a great, great player and a guy that the fans loved, and it would certainly be a great day tomorrow here at Bethpage Ballpark when his jersey number 16 is retired by the Long Island Ducks. That's going to do it for us here on this Saturday night at Bethpage Ballpark. Big thank you goes out to Chris Maffei, our engineer back in our Ronkonkoma studios, pushing the buttons, doing a great job as always. Once again, the final score was the Ducks 8 and the Blue Crabs 6. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow evening, when the Ducks and the Blue Crabs wrap up the 4-game series. The Ducks wrap up the homestand. Pre-game show, again, is going to begin at about 4:40 p.m., early by about 10 minutes for the Ray Navarrete pre-game ceremonies. And then the first pitch at just after 5 o'clock, 5:05 or so, at the Duck Pond. You can follow all the action on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, and online as well at liducks.com. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with me. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the Ducks victory. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. We will do it all over again on Sunday evening here at Bethpage Ballpark. Good night and so long from Central Islip, New York.